Really, we should always be recording with headphones? It's just a professional goddamn thing to do.
I'm the destroyer.
Got an old fashioned here. Look at this. I love these donuts. Oh, love an old fashioned. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
Sibilance.
See, you hear yourself now.
What? You?
Today, I consider myself the luckiest man
Chunk.
on the face
of the earth.
of the earth.
Earth.
And I'd like to thank no one but myself.
Earth.
No.
On the face of the earth.
Married with children.
Yes.
I know I made 3 errors. 1, 2, and 3. Love that one. Second favorite line of the show.
Okay, back.
Favorite line of the show? Al, you miss me? With every bullet so far. Let me ask you something. Oh, first of all, what episode are we up to?
Believe this is 58.
All right. Episode 58
we're
of
recording.
the Better Half podcast. I think it's only fitting,
The number one downloaded podcast on the internet.
not for nothing, we had like a spike in downloads
Really?
for like all the shows, I think, last week. So either Rob is listening to all of them, our
Rob
super
from
fan.
Rob from Chicago.
Chicago. Hey, yeah, you got the Chicago.
Anybody get
Hey,
murdered there today?
The Bears.
The Bears.
You see they
Chicago,
did-
bang, bang.
You see they brought them back to do a
Yeah,
little bit?
yeah. Do you know the line Chicago, bang, bang? Do you know what movie that's from?
No.
Stripes. Remember they go to like Czechoslovakia and
Jeez,
there's the guy at the border patrol and he's like, "Yay, Chicago, bang, bang."
I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Great movie.
Oh, it's fantastic.
You can't go. All the plants are gonna die.
Now that you're older and you're married with children,
Love and marriage. Is this where you're gonna cue the music?
I was thinking about queuing it earlier, but we're going to see what happens.
Fudge, yeah.
One episode, there's going to be no theme song.
What?
Do you relate, if you go back and watch Married with Children, do you relate to anything to Al now?
Yes, but I also relate to Michael Douglas's character in Falling Down more. Defense. Oh yeah, no. There's times when I'm sitting on the Southern State and I go, "Yeah, I could go on a shooting spree right now." And it doesn't help that I work for the post office.
Well, you guys were trained in the 90s.
Well, I went to a shooting range with my buddy once, and I asked him if I can go in my uniform, and he told me no.
That's a negative.
Just practicing for work.
Negatory. So,
Okay, but yeah, I can definitely relate to Al Bundy more often because 2 days in a row now, I came home and last 2 days of work were horrible,
rough
okay. To say the least. And my wife's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna, the kids will be home, and I'll when you get home, dinner should pretty much be ready." Now, I'm not one of these guys. When I get home, I expect, take my hat and,
put my slippers on.
Yeah, get me. Where's the newspaper, boy? And seriously,
What are the commies doing today?
Yeah. Hey, Eddie Haskell, get the hell out of my house. Whose bike's on the lawn? No, I'm not one of these. Like, I come home. I'm definitely hands on. Like, if one of us cooks, the other one does the dishes. That's kind of like the rule in our
Fair
house.
enough.
So, yesterday was just a shit day. I come home, the kids. My son is still doing homework. Like, he's home from school 2.5 hours now. Still doing homework. And I'm like, and I just I open up to the front door and I just hear screaming and anarchy.
And you stand for like a good maybe 3 to 5 seconds. You just like,
no, I looked
I can turn away. I can walk
looked through
away.
the window because I have like, the big bay window
yeah,
in the front.
yeah.
And the dog's on the couch looking at me.
Even the dog, not even a month at the house.
The dog is looking at me like, "Dude, get me out of here." And I'm like, I'm looking through the window. No words are spoken, but I'm like, "You're on your own, Snoop." And I literally just sat there with my hand on the handle of the door, and I didn't open it until I heard 30 seconds of silence. And then, boom, my daughter opens the door. "Hi, Daddy." I'm like, "What's going on?" She looks at me, deadpan face. Joey's being bad. I'm like,
she will rat you out in a heartbeat.
So now, yesterday we were supposed to record. Okay, so I get home and I walk in, and my wife comes out of the kitchen. And she's like, "Your son," and I'm like, "Oh, now he's mine." I'm like, "Your son, he's been driving me nuts since he came home. He can't finish his homework, and I have to finish work, and blah, blah, and we're going out to dinner." And I'm like,
Oh wow,
nice. In my head, I'm like, "Oh, I have to record in an hour." And I'm like,
Priorities. I
was supposed to record tonight. As I said to her, I got to record tonight. And I said, plus I was so tired. I actually was like, that's another reason why I was so tired from yesterday. That's why I was like, oh, let's just do a Skype episode, because I had no energy. Like, I could not even move.
Bro, I was out like a light at 6:30. Woke up at about 1 a.m.
I was toast. Yesterday, it was just such a hot, humid day, and the mail was really heavy, and it was just a miserable day. So I'm like, now they're fighting. My son and my wife are fighting, and then my daughter's completely oblivious to what's going on. My wife is trying to tell her to do things to help out, and she's not listening. And then finally, I'm like, I just go,
"Hey, Rob, you listening? Because I know you're having twins."
"Oh yeah, Rob, your life is over as you know it." Hey, Rob, remember Fun and Daylight? Love it now, because it's gone in about 7 to 8 months. I can't imagine twins. God help you, sir.
I love my wife. I love my kids.
There's going to be Rob. If you don't smoke, you're going to start smoking. In any backyard or patio that you have, that's going to be your
Oasis.
space. No, that's going to be like, where's Daddy? Leave him alone. He's on the patio. Okay.
He needs some daddy time.
Yeah, he's smoking. Daddy doesn't smoke. He's smoking. Leave him alone. Get him a whiskey. I'm 2. Get him a whiskey. So yeah. So now my son is literally he's second grade. So it's like, write the number 18 in a different way. Like, like 10 ones and 10.
Oh my God. 10 ones. That won't work for 18.
1 10 and 8 ones. Like,
okay.
there's a square for some stupid.
Is that Common Core?
Yeah. Thank God I can't even do my math. So I'm like, all right, Joe, it's easy, right? 18. How? I go, what do you mean how? Like, now he's already checked out. I could tell he's got like 3 questions left, and he's just taking. And then finally I snap. I go, listen to me, goddammit, do your fucking homework. I go, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to eat, because I'm not having dinner tonight, obviously, right? And my wife's like, what do you want me to do? You want me to cook it now? And I'm like,
folks, I wish we were live right now. That face, holy cow!
I'm like, no. But I said, but let's be honest. Do you really want to go out in public with them right now? So now, of course, me and my wife start fighting. That's when I go. I text Larry, going, what do your plans look like for tomorrow? And he's like, LOL.
For the first time, Frank's like, I'm going back to work.
Yeah, can I get some overtime, please? I was actually going to go take the mail out of people's houses just to go deliver them on my street, just so I could walk around. So we start fighting. She's like, well, what do you want to do? You want to order? I'm so sick of ordering the same 3 places. Mexican, Chinese, Italian.
That's my life.
Yeah, I know. But I'm like, well, I go, then you didn't want to cook, and I'm tired, I'm hungry, I'm going to take a shower. So I go, you decide what we're doing by the time I get out of the shower. I get in the shower, and now I hear through the wall. So I'm like, okay, either somebody's head is going through the wall as we speak, or that's my son having a tantrum, and he's stomping. When he gets mad, he stomps his feet.
Okay.
That's why all the wood floors in my house are creaky, because, well, I mean, not the fact that we're fat, but I mean... But anyway, so I come out of the shower, I get dressed, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, we're going to the diner. I go, okay, I suggest the Massapequa Diner. Massapequa, Long Island, New York.
Oh, yes, okay.
Because why? They have a parking lot.
Not only that, but I know there's that Circle M that's by you.
They're horrible.
Well, they're horrible, in my opinion, for one reason. They don't have French onion soup.
They don't have French onion soup.
If the diner does not have French onion soup...
and the diner's already burnt down twice already in a year, so...
Has it really?
They have a couple of kitchen fires. They've been out, like, we're closed for the week. Why? Kitchen fire. Oh, okay.
That's what happens.
Maybe you want to clean that grill. I'm just saying.
Soup. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
People will retaliate.
Yeah, sorry. No, you don't serve French onion soup. You're dead to me. So she's like, well, let's go to the Mediterranean Diner. That's the one in Belmore. Good diner.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes,
very good diner.
Not bad.
Yeah. So I go, let's go to Massapequa because they have a lot. It's easy to park. It's almost the same distance. So we go to Mediterranean Diner. Her choice.
Yeah.
So I'm like, fine, you're paying. Because I'm not, at this point, I'm I'm just so fed up, and I'm fighting with her. I'm fighting with my son.
You're fighting with your family.
I made my son cry because I was yelling at him.
That's what dads do.
Cool bender, by the way.
Oh, thank you. I'm selling it.
We'll talk about it later.
Okay. It's got DVDs inside of it.
What? Oh, it's the DVD box set?
Of like all the seasons and the 4 movies before they came back to TV.
By the way, I cannot get through the episode of Futurama with the dog.
Oh, no one can.
No, it's
one can.
horrible.
A friend of mine,
horrible.
A friend of mine,
whoever wrote that should be killed.
Like the 3 times he turns on Futurama, it's always been that episode, and he refuses to watch the end of it. Folks, go back and watch it. Futurama. It's the smartest cartoon, but it really tugs at your heartstrings.
Yeah. Anyway, so we go to the diner, and we actually end up knowing the waitress. She's the daughter of one of our friends.
Okay.
So I'm like, all right, cool. You know, maybe a little extra French fries.
Maybe.
So I order dinner. My son orders. You know, we all order. Blah blah blah, and then we're waiting. Get our drinks, and we're waiting and waiting. I'm like 25 minutes go by. I'm like, where the hell's my soup? 'Cause they have good French onion soup there.
Yes.
So my son's meal comes out.
Oh, no.
My daughter's meal comes out.
Oh, boy.
Remember what happened to the night we went to record at Strong Island?
Yes. It took a little while. Not only did it take a while for the food to come out, it all came out at the same time.
Exactly. So I literally...
Did your French onion soup become your dessert?
No. Well, my wife's food comes out, and I go, I'm supposed to get... She's like, oh, let me go check on if that's ready yet. And I look at my wife and go, they forgot the soup. So my soup comes out. No, I'm sorry. I'm wrong. My soup comes out after I asked her about the soup. My soup comes out with my kids' meals. Okay. So I'm eating the soup. Now it's French onion soup. So it's like malted lava cheese and it's hot. So I'm taking... And I literally don't even crack the surface of the cheese when my meal comes out. And the waitress goes to me, you want me to take that for you? And I go...
Are you done with that soup?
I'm like, I've literally taken 2 spoonfuls of the soup. I'm like, no, I'm still working on it. Now, they can't fit any more crap on the table. So
and you got mad too. You don't like when that happens.
One of my listen from a family my family owned a restaurant. One of my biggest pet peeves. I have a few pet peeves at restaurants. Okay, and this is from my upbringing. First of all,
because you may have been overweight as a child.
Well, yeah, I was a portly child. I shopped in the Husky section. You don't need any French. You just need your mama.
You and me both, buddy.
Right? So, I basically I have a few pet peeves. One of them is when the food does not come out right. Another one is the women should always be served first. That's just the thing with me.
Okay, fair enough.
It's the gentlemanly thing to do.
Thoughts about serving hot food over a baby in a high chair?
I don't give a shit. Baby's got to learn eventually. So.
Hot water bird, baby.
You know what? I touched a flame on my stove at home growing up once. One time. Okay? But that's the problem. Children these days, too fucking soft.
That's true.
I just realized my son will probably never get into a fight.
Yeah.
I've gotten into
a fight.
I've gotten into many a fight. And I was thinking about the other day, I'm like, the second there's even so much as a push, like the parents are on top of them breaking it up. I remember getting into a fight, and this is a side. Getting a fight with the kid across the street from me, Richie, one of our fans, Richie. We're best friends, and boys just need to let off steam. I just remember one time we were playing, and this is the truth. They had a telephone pole in front of his house.
Okay,
we were playing, but you know how they have cement now, like around it. There was just dirt.
Yeah,
and we were playing in our Matchbox cars in dirt. And all of a sudden, the next thing I know, we're just beating the living shit out of each other. And I have no idea why. But my mother yelled from her window, hey, cut it out. His mother yelled from his window, hey, cut it out. As we beat the crap at each other. And then I remember hearing our parents going, they'll stop. Wait, beat the shit out of each other. And then it was like, all right, both of you upstairs. And I looked at him as I crossed the street and went, talk to you later? He went, yeah.
I got into a fight with my friend Jennifer. We got into like a fist fight. A little bit. But we were younger.
A little bit.
In front of the house. We were beating each other up. And all of our parents,
was she hot?
Including the parents. Well, yeah. I mean, back then.
She was 8.
Yeah.
I was 14.
I don't want to say that. No. She's like a year or two younger than me. Our parents, plus the parents, because we were at someone else's house. We weren't even in front of each other's house. They were all sitting there, just watching us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not even saying, actually probably laughing.
Yeah.
And we were going at it, too, man. We were just...
Yeah, so
and then she pressed me over her head, and no, I'm kidding. But the fight did happen.
So back to the original story. So she, so now we're at the diner, and I'm still angry, because I got yelled at because I said I gotta come home to this fucking bullshit every single time, and she goes, I work home with this bullshit because she's home, she works from home. So I'm like, oh well, I said
Oh,
this.
boy.
I said no, I didn't make a mistake because I said this, and then I quickly had an add-on. I went, you chose your career, as did I. I was like, so now we're in the car. I'm like, she's asking me questions, and this is me. I'm being a dick. I'm like, no, yes, no. Like, I don't want to engage.
No, I know. And when you want to be, you are an asshole.
And then she's like, oh, is that what's his name? And I'm like, don't know. You know, like we saw somebody we knew, and I knew it was them. You know, and I'm just like, and then in the restaurant, she's, you know, pretending to be a happy family.
Yeah.
She's trying to engage me in conversation, and I'm just like, I don't look at my phone when we're at a restaurant. It's just something like I don't. And she keeps getting texts, and I'm trying, like, I want to say, you know, you're gonna put the phone down,
the goddamn phone
down.
down.
So then I just like, screw it. I just stop picking up my phone. I'm breaking the cardinal rule, you know. And
and your kids are standing there going, "Are we supposed to be following this?"
we yelled at our kids. Who's like, "You're not bringing any electronics. Bring books." So here, me and my wife are on our phones, total hypocrites, you know.
Parents of the day.
Yeah. So sorry, I got to kick your fake male shoes out of the way. I don't know why you have male shoes. That annoys me.
Because they were told that it's good for walking.
They should not have been sold to you. You're not a postal employee.
I'm just saying.
You give me their address. They're going out of business.
I love how you knew what they were just by looking at
the
them.
green tag. I have to have the green tag on it. Why green? Because I'm the post office. What a fucking defunct, stupid company run by morons. I've never seen a company just step on their own feet, no pun intended, more than my own company. 13 years, 6 months, and 29 days to go.
I still wish I took the test.
Anyway, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. I would have beat the shit out of you.
Well, we didn't know each other back then.
I still would have beat the shit out of you.
We just saw me at the orientation.
Yeah, you you're the chicken and I'm what's his name? Peter Griffin.
Oh yeah.
We would just look at each other. So that was that. So we went to dinner and my wife paid and I remember saying, I got in the car, thanks for dinner.
God.
And then we went home and I said, you know what? I said, I need to laugh. So I put on Dave Chappelle's new
yeah, I've been hearing some things about it.
Pretty goddamn funny.
I gotta watch it.
Pretty funny.
Okay.
Pretty funny.
And
But it's weird because it opens up like you think he's in the middle of his act. Like it's just you hear like applause and then he starts talking like, whoa. I was like, what just
they
happened?
tend to kind of just go in now.
So
with these,
and then I heard
Netflix
Bill
special.
Burr's new on paper, Tiger, is supposed to be pretty good. So
some stuff to watch.
yeah, so we laughed. We had Chappelle's show, and then I went downstairs to play Xbox. So
There you go. And then never really let off steam.
yeah. Although the game, I was in the top 5.
Yeah.
And the game froze.
Ooh.
And I was in really good position too.
That sucks.
Yeah, I was pissed. Anyway, so yeah, that was that. But I did have an incident yesterday at work. Was it yesterday? What's today? Thursday?
Yes. Well, when we're recording, yeah.
Yes, it was. So Wednesday, September 11th. No, I'm sorry. It was the 10th. This happened.
So Tuesday.
Tuesday it happened. And this actually will be the Go Fuck Your Mother of the Week.
Oh, we're getting right into it.
Yes, we're getting right into it. So the Go Fuck Your Mother of the Week goes to Steve's Landscaping Company. That's right, Steve.
For all your landscaping needs.
For all your landscaping needs. And you hire illegal immigrants, okay? Because this fucking vato started with me, okay? So now here I am delivering my mail, minding my own business. That's the donut in your milk.
I forgot.
Milk, now with vitamin R.
Milk.
Where's that milk? You milk one?
That's Ernest Scared Stupid.
No, milk, now with vitamin R.
Oh, Malk is from The Simpsons.
Yes, very good.
What am I thinking of?
Hey,
I think Malk or something.
John Malkovich.
Oh, no, it ended up being Milk. Remember he had to throw on the ghouls in Ernest Scared... You don't remember Ernest Scared Stupid?
I don't remember
Like, the
that
only way the ghost will come out of this tree is if someone in my family walks around the tree 3 times, 1, 2, 3, hits the branch, and says the following words. And then
Don't remember that.
I love that movie.
That
as good
guy
as
had
Ghost
the strangest fucking career ever, but...
Yeah, and he was like a Shakespearean actor before all that.
Stop it.
No, for real.
No.
There was a clip online of him doing like a bit of Hamlet. Like you want to cry. It's
Romeo,
so good.
Romeo. Hey, Vern, where art thou, Romeo?
You know what I mean?
No one mind? Fucking idiot. Anyway, he's the idiot. I'm in your apartment doing a podcast. He had a career. so yeah, who's the fucking dummy now? So back to my Go Fuck Your Mother.
Yes.
So I'm delivering the mail, and I'm walking down a couple of steps, and Latino American, let's just say,
all right.
is walking up. He's with the landscaping company.
Okay.
Okay, and I kind of do like I move my left shoulder sideways,
Like a shimmy.
so he could pass, and I go
Okay.
down. Now, he doesn't know, but I have to work. I'm working mail out of my bag, so I'm putting.
Oh, okay. Do you choose whether you go bag or the push cart?
No, my routes are. That's only 1 or 2 routes have those push carts.
Really?
Those are called walkout routes.
Oh, what the hell's the difference?
I have a truck.
Oh,
Mostly the
I
5
gotcha.
boroughs use those. In Long Island,
I gotcha.
where I work in Valley Stream, actually it's now down to 1 route has the push cart.
Okay,
So
looks like fun.
it's a pain in
I
the
see him
ass.
like
The
push
brakes
it up,
never
like,
work, and
shove it ahead,
the
and
brake
they finally
doesn't
get to
work,
it.
and sometimes it'll just keep
And they have,
rolling for
like,
like a year.
A bowl of like rubber bands.
Yeah, and sometimes you push it down to a couple of houses, and it's really a pain in the ass because you gotta like really know how to have
Navigate
You
it?
have to have like 3 houses in your hand, and then push it so it's far enough. But if that thing hits a bump, it goes. It's a pain. Plus, you could kind of like sit inside the gray mailboxes to like hang out, like to take your lunch or whatever. Piss, shit, whatever, So I
George
do a little
Bush.
sidestep.
Yeah.
He passes me. And now I turn my head to the left as he's passing me to look into my bag.
Oh, pivot.
Yeah, and now he rings the bell of the person.
Okay.
So, and then I hear, you got a fucking problem?
Really?
So I turn because I think he's talking to the homeowner.
Oh.
And he's looking right at me. I go, are you talking to me? He goes, yeah, I'm talking to you. You got a problem? I go, I don't have a problem. I go, you don't even register in my world. I go, I said, you passed me and I forgot you were there. I go, so he's like, you better keep your mouth shut. I go, dude, what do you want? I'm like,
Yeah.
because I'm like, first of all, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's towards the end of my route, and I'm like, and in my head, I'm like, fuck you. I'm like,
right.
I don't have to fucking take this from you, you fucking minimum wage asshole, So like now I walk down the step and I'm walking towards the next house. And I go and I'm like, you want a problem? You have a problem.
Oh, here we go.
I'm like, you're gonna get it. I go, do you want a problem? Because if you want one, you're gonna have one.
Gonna start throwing packages.
Yeah, right.
Taking your earrings
Like
off.
no, I'm
taking
taking
your rings
like
off.
I'm taking like the mail, throwing like a Chinese star. So
I like that. That's pretty cool.
thank you. So I'm my own Foley artist. So
Michael Winslow, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah, stupid asshole. That's another one with a fucking failed career. Him and Vern should make a movie.
Well, we can't. Vern's dead.
Did he die?
Vern never really. You never saw Vern. Vern was behind the
No,
camera.
not Vern, but
Ernest P. Yeah, Jim Varney
Ernest
died a few years ago.
Really?
Long time ago. It's
upsetting.
No, he
I
was
didn't know
Slinky Dog in Toy Story.
Yeah, I didn't know he
Yeah.
died.
He died. Yeah.
Oh, all right. He'll be missed. So
Everyone go watch Ernest.
So
Goes
then
to
he
Camp.
goes. He says to me, he goes. Now he starts following me to the next
Oh,
house.
boy.
I'm like, dude. I go. I'm going to warn you right now. You lay a hand on me, you go to jail because I'm a federal employee.
Yeah.
I go. You don't go to jail. You go to federal prison. I get a vacation and I get paid. I like this. I go. So go right ahead. I'm like actually going in my head. I'm like, oh, please let him knock me out.
You're going to be so far over the wall. Your head's going to be spinning.
Well, I didn't do any illegal. I didn't say anything. I was
Fair
proud
enough.
of myself for not saying anything about him probably being illegal, but I'm sure he was. So I came close. There was almost an ice reference thrown out there. So now he's like, yeah. Hey, look at you with your bag. He's like that's like so I'm laughing at him, and he goes, enjoy your $17 an hour job. Now,
I've seen the signs.
now, okay,
Yeah.
those are for the new guys.
Yeah.
I make like $28 an hour. That's before overtime.
Oh, wow.
You know. So I'm like, I go. This just goes to show how stupid you actually are.
Mm-hmm.
I go. I make more than your whole family. I go. So go mow your lawn, little boy. I go. After this, do you have a paper route? I go because I mowed lawn when I was 15. I go. Go on now. Go on, lawn mower boy. And
On
I'm
now.
And right. So and he's like, I'm like, and I go. So I go to him. I go. Say one more word to me. I'm calling the cops on you. So as I'm walking away, he's like, fuck you. I go, 911. So I'm walking away.
Yeah.
I call the cops. I'm like, fuck this guy.
You actually called the cops?
Called the cops.
Okay.
So I called the cops. I'm like, look, I'm a mailman on this route and this street. And
I'm being accosted. Well,
and I go, I'm being threatened.
Yeah.
Right? Because technically he's harassing
This
me.
is true.
So I don't be a little bitch and call the cops, but I'm like, fuck
you get that one lady who told the person drowning, can you please just stop crying or whatever?
Yeah, exactly.
Get
So
her?
they're like, oh, no, this was like, oh, I said I'm a mailman in Valley Stream, and I'm on this street. They're like, what's the problem? We'll be right there. I was like, whoa. I was like, okay. I'm like, well, I have a landscaper
SWAT
who's
shows up, helicopter shows up.
harassing me. He's threatening me. They're like, all right, what?
Are you threatening
Are
me?
you threatening me? Yeah, I actually pulled my mail shirt over my head. So, literally, I hang up the phone. Literally, I mean, I hang up the phone. Now I have to call my office.
Yeah.
Because I have to call it in.
Yeah.
I call and I literally the phone rings once,
Literally.
twice. Now my job, the phone rings like 32 times.
Yeah.
So and it rang like to the point where it like disconnected.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, thank God I wasn't being attacked. So I call back again, and the cops are pulling up. I mean, they must.
Wow.
I was like,
Well,
wow.
it is Valley Stream.
Yeah. Well, I hang up the phone, and they go, what's up? I tell them, I go, look, they're right on that street, right there. I go, that's the guy with the red shirt, and he had earbuds in like you do. And I tell him what happened. He goes, so there were two cops in two different SUVs.
Okay.
So the one cop I talked to, one guy was just kind of sticking his head out the window behind him, and the one I'm talking to, he's like, all right, we'll talk to him. The other guy goes, oh yeah, we're gonna talk to him. Oh yeah, we're gonna talk. I'm like, all right, Ricky. I'm like, this guy was excited. So they zoom up.
Yeah.
Now my customers are like, what happened? What happened? I'm like, we heard you screaming. I'm like, I tell them what happened. I go, I need this fucking bullshit. I go, so I call my job, and my supervisor's like, what do you want me to do? I'm like. I don't know. I'm just letting you know I'm probably going to be late because I had to call the cops and I had to talk to them. He goes, well, was it a homeowner? I go, no, it was a landscaper. Well, what house? I go, I named the house. He goes, well, was it the homeowner? I go, it was the landscaper. I go, the Spanish guy who's mowing the lawn?
Is this go fuck your mother for the landscaper or for your supervisor?
Well, it could be for both. But so she's like, well, I was about to go home. And I'm like, I'm sorry to inconvenience you. I said, they put somebody else on. And they're like, well, no one else is here. I go, okay, well, hey, I don't really care what you do. I go, I'm just letting you know what's going on. If you choose to come out here I am. Well, okay, so finally, El Fata Eso comes out and she pulls up. She's like, now the cops had already came and left. They go,
so now your supervisor is there.
right. Well, the cops come back to me and they're like, yeah, he won't be bothering you no more.
Okay.
So I go, yeah, no, look, I'm not expecting anybody to lose their job. I said, but, he's got to know he can't talk to me like that,
Of course.
I respect my authority, So I was like a fat little mailman on Cartman,
Little.
Yeah, right. So my supervisor pulls up and she's like, all right, well, I'll go talk to the homeowner. I'm like, it's not the homeowner. She's like, well, I'm going to tell them that they can't let their landscaper talk to you like that. And I'm like, they're going to go, okay, and shut the door in your face.
I'm pretty sure people haven't owned landscapers in about 250 years.
Exactly. So, on now. So I'm like, yeah, you do that. And she's like, I'll stay by your truck. I'm like, for what? You're going to protect me? I go, you're 5'2". You're 5'5". She's 5'2" and 5'2" wide. I'm like, no, she's a nice lady. Yeah.
Of course she is.
Of course she's
We're just doing this for the bit.
Yeah, it's just allegedly.
It's for the bit.
So it's all a story. It's all a story.
Yeah.
I play a character.
Yep.
Opie.
Wow.
So yeah, she's like, I see her. She passes my mail truck, and I'm now delivering the next street, but I can still see my truck because it's like a long street, and she drives up to like where the landscaping truck is and just parks and just stares at them through her car, and then I turn around again and she's gone, and I didn't see it until today.
She probably got a business card.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you do trees good. So then on the next street they passed me in the truck.
Okay.
And they beeped at me.
Aww.
And it was like, I was like, I did one of these like, yay, how you doing?
Okay.
So the cop goes. The cop said to me, he goes, if he comes back or bothers you, call us. We'll be here in 30 seconds. I'm like, no problem.
They're right around the corner.
Yeah,
Valley
exactly.
Stream. So I guess you're not the only one being harassed then, as I'm being harassed on Instagram.
What did you do now?
This is awesome.
Who did you piss off another German?
No.
That
was epic.
Michael Jackson is a musical genius.
That was epic.
Value papers.
So I was at Madison Square Garden Monday and Tuesday. Raw and SmackDown return to MSG in almost 10 years. So I'm like, I get my tickets. So I get my tickets, and
by the way, I saw the picture of the guy that you was
the green shirt guy
in the front row.
That's the one I'm talking about. That's the picture I'm talking about.
He contacted
not him,
okay.
But hold on. So, all right, I put now everyone already know, even non-wrestling fans know that there's just a guy who sits in the front row, dead center, almost literally
I
every
talked
show.
about this in the last episode with the Billy Joel concert.
Exactly. So he was there again. So I took a picture, and I'll admit, hey, look, I'm not saying I'm in the right, but I do put the picture up, and I go, asshole alert, asshole alert. Okay, so that's what it is.
Making friends.
So then, actually, there's another guy who usually sits next to him, I would say at about 80% of the shows. He messaged me on Instagram.
Really? Privately messaged you?
No, not private. This is all on.
Oh, he
on the
made a
thing.
comment.
Yeah,
on it.
because someone goes like, "Who is this?" I explain who it is, and then they're like,
"Why do you do this?"
So long story short, it was a different guy. I'm like, "No, not him." So he messaged, and he goes, "All right, how are you now?"
Hey, all right. Hey, okay.
The other guy,
thoughts and prayers, okay.
The other guy just goes, "LMAO, you people are hilarious." Because I told the other guy, I'm like, "Oh, you're not as bad because you actually do stuff, but you're still annoying because you sit up front all the time." Anyway, this other person, I since blocked him because he was being a bit of a
Now,
harasser.
was it under your thing?
Oh,
or was
yeah,
it
it's under
under
more
the one
365.
Okay, so
In fact, I saved because this other person puts up responds to me on my page, going. First of all, I'm not going to give out any names, but he goes, "Cool podcast, bro." So first, he's listening. So thank you very much. By the way, this person had 0 followings, 0 posts,
okay,
and maybe like 4 pictures. So be that as it may, cool podcast, bro. What do you have? Like 4 or 5 listeners?
burn.
Okay. How about you get a wife and have some kids before commenting on what you think kids are missing out on? I don't know where he got that from, because all I was talking about was people sitting in the front row. I saw plenty of kids ringside at both shows. Well, yeah, so did I. All right, sounds like you're just jealous. These fans are living the dream. Nope, I'd rather not sit front row, to be honest with you. While you're up there in the cheap seats, looking and smelling like a fat pig. Watching the show and stop critiquing fans in the something or other. So,
How
all right.
come I don't see this?
So, because I blocked. No, it should be there.
I don't see this. Don't worry about it. Don't worry
Oh,
about
wait,
it.
I think you just passed it. Slow down. Keep it going. It should be in that feed somewhere. Keep going.
All right, don't worry about it.
I know, I just want to. All right, maybe because when I blocked him, maybe
Okay.
it disappeared. Or maybe the account closed. So anyway, all right, so that happens. I respond like, huh? Whatever. And when I see stuff like that, I actually like those posts. I like that comment. But I block them. And then today, someone else. A whole new thing. One photo, which is a screen grab of his comment,
Okay.
which is very odd. Why screen grab that one comment?
I
With-
can't see it on my computer, so.
Yeah, no, it's okay. With he has like 7 followers, which are all like those random weird ones. Like, hey, get 1,000 follows now.
Oh, you mean like
those
the
things?
Russian model
Yeah.
that's been trying to follow me
And
for a
he's
year?
following like 36 wrestlers.
Okay.
And he writes, he may have deleted the comment, which I did not do, and blocked him, but we still have it. So-and-so demolishes more 365. One like. That's me.
Good for you. Good for you that you liked it.
anyway, but I was like, fuck him.
Sick Burn, that was his name or something?
So, all right, I wasn't going to say anything.
oh,
But,
no, fuck him.
But it's just like,
Fans, go destroy him.
I love it.
Ooh, can we have
Funny
fans like, what was Opie and Anthony's fans?
Oh, like the worst.
The virus?
The virus. Yeah, yeah.
No, but what was that fan? They used to call them the Go Get 'em
Oh,
when
no,
they
no.
would send
Oh, I forgot. I can't remember. I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah,
Virus? What they call him?
I don't remember. But Larry, that guy in the front row looks a little like you.
From afar, yeah. That's the guy. That's the guy who messaged me, who responded.
So,
That guy.
dude, he looks like he's like Tackleberry.
So I had a good time at both shows. So Monday I got to the Garden, and actually on almost your recommendation, I went into. You said there was that food place next door to the Garden.
Artisan Food Penzi.
Yeah. So I went there.
Gay.
Where'd you guys eat?
We ended up eating inside.
Oh, somewhere else.
We ended up eating inside the Garden.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, we had those like
Yeah.
Italian heroes. They were really damn good.
So I go to one of these artisan places. I go to the Asian one, and I forgot the name of it. I'm not trying to be rude. I just don't remember the name of it.
Choose Kitchen.
No, terrible. Now he's gonna like call in or something. And
Yo, man.
we're not even live.
He just knows.
So I go to and I have a chicken teriyaki and rice bowl. Actually, very good. With a
Wait, chicken teriyaki.
chicken teriyaki rice bowl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Rice bowl.
Rice bowl.
I think you said rice ball.
Oh, ooh, that'd be nice. And also I had a peach green iced tea.
Okay.
Very good.
Oh, I have that in my house, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. Now, also, when I go to shows, especially wrestling shows, once I sit down, that's it. I don't get up for food. I don't get up for nothing.
Sounds like minutes of fun.
20 minutes before the show started, I had to shit my brains out in Madison Square
Oh, by
Garden.
the way, I had Chinese food early before I left, so I might need to use your bathroom.
Oh, dear.
And
Okay.
I don't have a magazine.
Well, be that as it may, the flusher is on the top of the toilet. It's one of those like push button
like
ones.
Godfather?
Like you have to reach around. No, you
Ooh.
don't pull it.
Oh.
You have to reach around and press down.
Okay.
So I hope your arm stretches from
Yeah,
your ass.
I'll just leave it there, like my old roommate did.
Thanks. Oh, ugh.
Animal.
So
Filthy
now think about this. I had to use the facilities at Madison Square Garden.
The world's most famous arena.
It is, and I go in, and meanwhile,
not.
there's one of the janitors who's actually, as people come out of the toilets, the stalls. Is what I'm trying to say. He tells them, "Can you flush? Can you please flush?" He's stopping people to tell them to flush.
That's a bold move, Cotton.
And I hate going to the bathroom in public.
Only
very few places.
You know my stories.
Yeah. Very
I told
few-
you a few of my stories at Frankie's wedding.
Yes,
The first one.
Yes.
I had to leave to go to my sister's
Yep.
house because there was an attendant.
Yeah. Very few like at work I'm used to it. At college we had like a public bathroom on the floor, so we had to use that. So now, and first of all, now I'm spending like the 5 minutes wiping down the seat,
Yeah.
to make sure.
Yeah.
And then it's just I'm like,
Do you put
This is
everything? Do you
terrible.
cover the seat?
I'm not gonna lie, no.
Me neither.
What? No,
I'll tell you what I cover. Where the pee hole is.
no, because I'm usually wow. All right, this is gonna get graphic. Like I'm usually like positioning it so it doesn't touch anything.
Well, no, I do too.
Yeah,
But I mean,
you don't have to show me.
Well, no.
Please put your pants back on, please. For God's sakes.
no. But like, I'll put paper there because
Yeah.
my dick does touch the porcelain. I have to cut it off.
First of all, congratulations. Second of all,
Thank you.
oh my God, my stomach was killing.
My wife is content.
I mean, and then I go back out to the arena. And I'm like, oh please, let me just survive this.
Did you get the douche sweats?
I did.
I hate those.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
those are the worst.
The
No-
next day, I just got a hot dog inside the arena when I went back.
Oh yeah. my wife says, "Wait, Larry's back at Madison Square Garden 2 days in a row." I go, I don't know. I can't keep up with him anymore. So
Well, remember last year in November,
I know you spent the whole weekend in L.A.
poor Rippo wanted to kill me.
Yeah.
And he's a wrestling fan as
Yeah,
well.
well,
By Tuesday, he was fit to be tied.
he's also over 40.
Can you imagine
well,
what my father goes through?
You
He enjoys
really
it.
realize you have
He enjoys
a
it.
good circle of people around you.
Talking to the microphone.
I am talking into the microphone. You dick. Yeah, no, I agree with you with shitting in public. I
it was
can't do it.
tough. And-
I have trouble doing it. But in all honesty, on my route, I said I have the church
Yeah.
that I use.
At least there, you got to believe that.
Well,
you know.
apparently someone there the other day had an
blowout?
exorcism. I walked into the bathroom and there was a giant, and I'm not talking like just a log. This
Like
thing,
God himself came down.
No, this thing, it was as wide as your Solo cup. This person had to
I
cry.
have
This
exorcised
person had
the
to
demon.
cry when this, and he left it there. I don't know if he left it there to say.
Did you see?
Wait, no, I don't know if he left it there or she left it there to show the next person going, I survived this. And, or either that or my ghost has been brought to the heavens because this thing was fucking huge. And I was afraid to flush it because I didn't want to clog the toilet and then someone thinking it was me. So I walked right out.
Did you see what Rob put up? Our super fan Rob. Did you see the picture with the thing? That's not him. That's not him on the toilet. So he puts up a picture of someone sitting on the toilet. You can't see anything, just like the legs and the underwear. And it's magnesium citrate, which is
That's like
laxative.
supposed to make you shit.
Laxative. I'm just going to try and get through this. You ever wonder what two homeless people fornicating on a pile of burning tires next to a pig farm on a 98-degree day with an 80% humidity level smells like? If so, go to Walgreens, spend $4, get you a bottle of this bullshit right here, get you a babysitter to watch your kids, and lock yourself in the bathroom because you're about to star in your very own shit show for the next few hours.
That's a good way to lose weight.
No. They said, actually, after going through a lot of this, which is actually very funny, I'm not going to read all of it.
Rob
He
has
said
his own podcast.
10 out of 10. We don't need competition, okay?
He
Rob?
should be a guest on our podcast.
That, yes, one day. 10 out of 10 stars.
Live show from Chicago.
Live from Chicago.
Actually, my wife,
Joliet?
my wife will be in Chicago on Tuesday.
Oh, there you go.
Actually, this is not going to air to Wednesday, so never mind. I was going to say, can you recommend any restaurants for her? So
Pizzeria Uno.
Ugh.
Stupid
Yeah.
deep dish. Rob,
I stole a Pepsi glass from Pizzeria Uno.
did you really?
Yeah, on the one on Bay Ridge, 3rd Avenue.
Oh, that don't count.
Yes, it does.
Rob, I love Chicago.
Bang, bang.
I was at Soldier Field, and had a wonderful evening there one time. I was out in the stadium. Sunset, no one there. Like no one on the field. Oh, it was fantastic. But your deep dish pizza is bullshit.
That's a fight.
Bro, we're from New York.
Listen,
we got the best pizza there.
Thin crust all the way.
All right, you're on my shit list.
What?
But
What do you think? What do you think New York pizza is, Dick?
it's a thin crust.
It's thin crust.
It's just a regular crust.
Thin crust.
I've had thin crust. I've also had a cauliflower crust, which is good.
How is that?
It's actually not bad.
See, I feel like too much of a hipster if I do that.
I did not feel that
I know
way.
I should be concerned about my health. I'm slowly dying.
I had like pepperoni on it and everything like that, so really kind of
I'd maybe do
defeated the purpose.
Discovery. A beautiful Discovery. It's not pineapple pizza.
Thank God.
I had, and I'm going to do a free plug here for a Valley Stream pizzeria.
Ancona Pizza in Valley Stream.
Well, what have I eaten there before?
It is probably the best pizza in Valley Stream. Okay, I would so far to say is almost top 5 in Nassau County.
Oh wow!
Okay. I was online. I finished my route at a time where I actually was able to have a lunch break a couple of weeks ago, and I said, I'm hungry. I said, let me get a slice pizza. Guy in front of me orders a grandma slice
Okay.
with pepperoni.
Ooh.
Now, I don't normally do pepperoni, but it was the
I
small.
love pepperoni.
The small pepperoni.
I don't like those.
That curl
That
up.
curl up? Yeah, no.
Dude.
Isn't that like spicy?
Dude, I said, that looks fantastic. He goes, do it. So I said, you know what? I go,
and then meet me behind the palace.
no, he goes, he looks at me. He just, no, I'm not.
Yeah.
No,
I believe
He looks
you.
at me, he goes, do it. I go, okay.
Okay. Yes, stranger.
Yes. Thank you, wise man. So I go,
And he somehow disappeared into a plume of smoke into
it
the
was
back
it was
room.
like a puff of smoke. He grabbed his paper plate of pizza and he walked away and never to be seen of again. He was like the Michael Landon of pizza.
Because he was ran over outside.
Right, yeah, by a mail truck. So I go to the guy. I go, you know what? Let me get grandma with pepperoni on. He goes, no problem, boss. So nice Italian guy. So
Oh, that was Italian? Okay.
yeah, well, I can't do all my impressions.
Fair enough.
So I get it, and it was fantastic. Now here's the problem. I've since gone to other pizzerias.
I just can't do it the same.
They have the big pepperoni. It doesn't curl up.
But isn't the
It's
little...
not the same.
You didn't answer my question. Isn't the little pepperoni like spicier?
I don't know.
I've seen... Wait, hold on. Where did I see that?
I don't know, but there's that pizzeria that's open by you, Supreme. Pretty good.
What's that?
Newbridge Road.
And
Where that Chinese right on the corner. There was a pizzeria on the corner. It's now called Supreme Pizza, across from the nursery.
nursery?
The nursery, Newbridge Road.
I'll figure it out later.
You know where it is.
I honestly don't.
There's
I know
a Chinese
Newbridge
restaurant right next to it. Andy's. Is that the name of the Chinese restaurant? You've ordered from there.
Okay, you said nursery. I'm not thinking of a flower nursery.
Yeah, flower nursery.
No,
yeah.
that's where my mechanic is.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that when I first moved here, it was called Luigi's.
Right.
And they used to make all their bread, including the crust, was homemade.
Well, this guy-
but the owner was
should
an
be homemade.
asshole.
It should be homemade.
So that's why I didn't like it. But the food was
New
fantastic.
owner. Food's
oh yeah,
fantastic. Supreme Pizza.
yeah. Place was to
Highly
change
recommend.
hands about 3 times. In the
Yeah,
last 2 years.
actually, they follow me on Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
You and Chew does the same thing. Chew goes.
I'm also a little worried that who all these podcasts follow me on. I've been checking.
Oh,
like, nope,
please,
still not on there.
If you're listening, I hated your appearance on the Chip Chipperson podcast. I know I wouldn't be any better.
I liked Carl because you understand.
I
Carl's
was bomb.
He's from Rochester, and my friend Kevin.
Rochester.
My friend Kevin is from Rochester, and all I hear is Kevin when Carl speaks because they got that. That's a distinct accent, and that
It really
wasn't
is.
it.
Yeah, no, it wasn't.
You did a
No.
Boston
I
accent.
did, yeah.
So.
I suck.
Yeah.
No,
wait.
Chew,
So I didn't finish.
but
Wait, I didn't finish my my cops. So
I'm pretty sure I didn't finish my story.
Oh,
but
well, so
okay.
that's the fuck you. The go fuck your
Oh,
mother of the week.
wow, I'm sorry. Okay.
no, so now we move on. So
I completely didn't realize we were still on.
yeah,
the
no,
clock was still
we
ticking
went,
on that.
Yeah,
one.
we went on. We go on tangents.
All right.
That's us.
So with the garden. All right. So Monday.
yeah, so what-
I was
yeah.
having poop problems, but I got through that.
But wait, so what else happened with this Instagram guy? Nothing. It was the end of it.
No, it was the one guy wrote that. Then so now I think this guy is making up instant. Like now I'm actually.
Wow,
I'm
I was going to say
actually-
you should get a life, but this guy should get a life.
I feel honored.
Yes.
That he's making
You're
up
getting trolled.
screen name. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I can't stand the biggest troll of all, but this guy doesn't bother me.
It's because you know him.
That is true. That is very. I've talked about that.
And I noticed there was something the other night that our good friend with the sunglasses was making fun of you about wrestling, about you living in that you lived in. Does you tell him you're a basement dweller?
Oh.
something. And I said, and you're like, how dare you, sir? I live above ground for like 3 months. And in my head, I'm like, if that was me, he would have been mad at me. But because he's a wrestling podcast guy, I'm like he and I'm no, you like let it slide, and I was like, I'm going to mention this, and I did.
It had nothing to do with him being a wrestling podcast because
He's a sunglass guy.
No, it's because
Does he get free Ray-Bans?
I don't know what's happening over there.
Does he just go like? Does he have the They Live sunglasses?
Oh, that'd be awesome.
That was a great movie.
What's the most iconic sunglasses
From a movie?
from a movie?
Wow,
Yeah, movie.
Your eyes just went like.
Yeah, I know, because I was trying to think if it was any TV show sunglasses, but
Well,
not really.
you could go Miami Vice,
That-
but then there's Risky Business.
Yeah,
Tom
let's go
Cruise.
movies. Let's go movies.
Okay, iconic sunglasses from.
Iconic? No, meaning. All right. Yeah, I should have rephrased that. I'm
No,
sorry.
you're good.
Okay.
I would have to go with, as much as I love They Live, I'd have to go with Terminator.
Okay.
Was it Terminator 2? I'm sorry, Terminator 2 is when he puts the sunglasses on.
Probably.
The
but
almost wrap around?
Here's why, and this is my fault, so
With Doc Brown.
I honor your answer. I was kind of saying like style, kind of like how like the glasses that Tony Stark wore in Endgame are being sold all over the. No, it's the design. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Or like I remember when Daredevil came out, the movie with Pat Fleck. And
Horrible movie.
hold on, theatrical.
I saw that movie.
Theatrical, terrible. Director's cut, amazing.
Didn't see the director's cut.
Watch a director's cut, you can have a whole different sense.
Was
on that
it
movie.
better than Reindeer Games?
Anything's better than Reindeer Games or not Jersey Girl because that's a separate
Giggly?
joke.
Jiggly?
Geely.
Googly,
Oof.
googly, giggly,
Is she
giggly.
like has like a turkey between her legs?
I
Like,
don't
gobble,
know. I
gobble?
never saw it.
I don't know.
Rotten.
I do-
Negative 92 on Rotten Tomatoes.
I do own Honey.
I don't know what that is.
That was the Mariah Carey movie, dancing movie.
Honey.
Because every
Do you realize
about that.
there are things now that I hear in podcasts?
wait, you didn't listen to? Did you listen to my solo episode of the Retro Gamers? No, not yet. Because
Not
you
yet,
watched.
no,
you
no.
listened to them in order. You fuck.
I'm sorry. I
Um,
have OCD. I'm sorry.
You got it. There was just a part where I was just rambling, and I totally Bill Burred it.
Oh.
But like what I'm saying is like iconic glasses. When Daredevil came out, I desperately wanted those red tinted sunglasses of Matt Murdock.
Right. Well, that goes hand in hand with, let's say, Risky Business, because when Risky Business came out, I believe it was like 1984.
Yeah.
Everyone bought those like Tom Cruise the sunglasses.
Like Ray-Bans, I think they were.
I don't remember.
Well, the Blues Brothers. There you go. Ray-Bans, Blues Brothers.
Those
Well,
weren't
excuse
Ray-Bans.
me. Excuse me. I call them. They're Ray-Ban. Well, Ray-Bans could be any style, but I
They were
call
more-
that the Blues Brothers style. Those
Right.
are my favorite sunglasses to wear. Is the Blues Brothers sunglasses?
Blues Brothers.
But like, I don't remember everyone going out to buy Oakleys or whatever they were that Terminator wore. Yeah, those. Well, I know why, because mine are Ray-Ban. That's why I call them Ray-Bans.
Ray-Ban.
But I call those Blues Brothers sunglasses.
Actually, one of them said Blues Brothers on here.
Yeah.
So
You know, in the
Yeah,
Blues
they're-
Brothers, you never see Elwood without the glasses.
you do see John Belushi.
You never see John Belushi. Excuse me, hold on.
You see John Belushi for about 10 seconds
No,
when
you're
you're
right.
in the tunnel.
What I'm saying is, you never see Elwood without the glasses. You
Right.
never see Jake without his hat.
Okay.
And for those of you now screaming at your podcasting equipment, I am not counting the director's cut where
This is glue.
Elwood
This is strong stuff.
where Elwood is wearing like the protective glasses,
Yes.
so technically you do see past. You see his eyes.
Do you know that when I have Blues Brothers on DVD,
The movie's fantastic.
it automatically plays the director's cut?
Ew.
Yeah, so like the first time I was
weird.
watching it with Stephanie, who never saw the movie, and she's like, "I'm completely bored with this movie."
You and Jim, who's married to my cousin Brienne, the two of you got to. And I love Brienne and I love your wife.
Stupid.
Dog is destroying his slippers.
He loves flip flops.
But you guys have to check what movies these women have watched beforehand, because some of these movies that they haven't seen, that wouldn't fly by me.
Yeah, well, you know what? I said that I could never marry a woman who never saw The Godfather, and she's never seen The Godfather. But I got oral sex, so that that kind of
Give and take.
Sometimes you gotta give up on principles. It's okay.
So you say, so it's always. That's why I don't like DVDs anymore. I just
love
go with
oral
the. I
sex.
just go.
Giving and receiving. Did I say that on the mic?
Hello.
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 Is this thing on? I think he's talking to you.
So
Quijibo. So yeah, we got to get our. We have a guest tonight, right?
At some point, I don't know. I don't know if
just
he's
farted.
waiting for.
Sorry. It's
Come
it's
on.
Chinese food, dude. Get that son of a. Oh God.
What the hell?
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Thank God there's no such thing as smell-o-vision
Well, good thing no one's watching TV.
or listening to us.
Here we go. So, all right. Yeah,
We have a
we're-
guest. Do we have a guest
At
coming?
some, he's coming in at some point. But let me
Hurry
say,
up.
So I put. I'll text him in a minute. Well, he said, "God."
It's a little mix of Chinese food and,
Oh!
and jelly donut.
Oh man.
Did I tell you I farted on my son?
Did he vomit?
No, I
shortly
said,
thereafter?
hey, Joe, what did the duck say to the little boy? And he goes, what? I go, come here, I'll tell you. And I came over and I just farted on his arm.
Oh, on his arm. Okay. Well, better
Farts
than-
are funny.
in his head. So I put up a picture on it's my new like cover page on Facebook.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So what do you got? 8 of them?
Yeah, there's
I know
four
what they
pair.
cost.
They're Joy-Cons.
I know
No,
what they
no, no,
cost.
no, not that.
No. I know what they cost.
Yeah, I know. They're $80.
You should be ashamed of
They're
yourself.
$80 a pair.
Be ashamed of yourself.
And I have another set coming in.
ashamed of
But-
yourself.
What I'm trying to get is my friend
You're a
Anna, and I really hope you're listening, Anna. She writes, "This is why ... Well, you know the rest.
She wrote that.
She did. She wrote it.
This is why.
And
She's right.
I just gave you a shout out on the pod.
And tell her I said she's right. She'll know why. ... You disgust me.
You disgust me
Yeah, I am.
right now. You
No,
should
it's
discuss
true.
yourself
I'm
right
pretty
now.
embarrassed. I'm not gonna lie. All the brothers can't deny.
Where's our page? There it is.
Can we get our guest? Do you want to pause
Yeah,
for the
well,
pause?
Do you want me to pause? All right,
Yeah.
so this will be...
Listen, we're going to take a little break, and I almost said Tom break because I'm looking at Tom Cruise right now.
I think you say Tom Brady. I'm like, what does he have to do with anything?
We're going to take a little break. You might hear a little word from one of our biggest fans from the cast of Seinfeld, and then we'll come back with our guest.
I was thinking of something else, but okay.
Or we could do something else. Or it could be Tom O'Hurley, Dave O'Hurley, Bob O'Hurley. What the fuck is that guy? Mr. Putterman?
Hello there, John O'Hurley here. Jay Peterman from Seinfeld, and you're listening to the Better Half podcast. You have to choose between happy married, happy single. Good luck. There is no in between.
And we're back.
We're back. We're back.
All right, and our guest is still not here.
Yeah,
thanks so
so-
much for moving this around. That's too much editing for me.
Yeah,
we're just going in order.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
We'll,
I got to edit too much during retro.
we'll do it
Gamers.
on a wing and a prayer. Anybody?
What were you trying to say? Any on a wing and a prayer, who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Believe it or not, George isn't at home. Please leave a message
Greatest.
at the beep.
I actually had that as my
So
answer.
did I. Who has it?
Yeah. So
I
are you ready
must
for
be
some
out,
old? Go
or
on.
I'd pick up the phone. Where could I be? And he's sitting there like,
Believe it or not, I'm not home.
They did it twice. All right.
It's funny because it's true.
What do we got?
You got some old news.
Old news.
Get off my lawn.
Yes.
All right. So, you're gonna guess where it's from, right?
Yeah, you got to give me a bit of the title.
Okay.
Without the location.
Should I give you the whole title?
As much of the title as you can that is in large black print.
Man thrown out of Golden Corral
Jesus. I'm going to say Oklahoma.
for eating over 40 pounds of food.
Why? I told you to feed me the whole thing.
No pun
40,
intended.
40 pounds of food. Isn't it all you can eat there?
Well, yeah.
He's like a bottomless.
In upstate New York, an Albany man is
Wow.
suing the local all-you-can-eat buffet chain
Golden Corral is.
for $1.5 million.
$1 million.
Citing false advertisement after
true.
literally being thrown out of the building for eating over 40 pounds of food.
It's like when Homer was eating all the shrimp.
Exactly.
Is this man of large stature?
Well, I will show you his faces and
Does-
his chins right there. Right there. There you go.
that is a man who is eating 40 pounds of food by himself.
she a great big fat person? Yeah, she was portly. Yeah, the Lippmans don't live here anymore. You're about a size 14. Would you?
Would you fuck
Poor
me?
guy. Come
I'd
on.
fuck me.
We're both fat. We should feel bad for him.
Listen, I've never eaten 40 pounds.
Granted.
I walked into buffets and go in Maryland, Ocean City. Go, challenge accepted. Move over, ladies.
I mean, I've done like a whole pie by myself, but
Pizza?
yeah.
I've done that. 8th grade.
Wow.
My math teacher brought in a bunch of pizzas, and he had a contest. I won, and that's why I didn't date in the 8th grade, because Fatty ate a whole pizza all by himself.
A fridge too far.
Fridge.
Hey, I got a Homer and a Moo Moo pop vinyl.
Sure,
In fact, you can check out my pop vinyl collection on Instagram at
Jesus.
More Pop Vinyls.
Ugh.
MOHRPOPVINYLS. I will be updating whenever I am lonely and sad. Because basically, can I tell you the
updating
genesis
every single day.
Can I tell you the genesis of this Instagram page?
Genesis, beginning of that, beginning of this. The rapping Bible.
Oh, okay.
I stole that from Z100. Sorry. Fuck you, Mr. Leonard.
Oh, our guest will be soon. He's booting up. That
Okay,
means
so
he's
let's
very
let's
close.
quick.
Go. 40 pounds of food.
Fat guy. Food. According to patrons and close friends of the man, 42-year-old Rush Kush. Ryan Kush was physically expelled from the restaurant after spending 6 hours. 6 hours.
6 hours. Good Lord.
Inside the facility. 4 hour. Remember that guy, John Panette? You were here 4 hour, big boy. You go now.
40 pounds.
By the way,
divided by 6
just a
hours.
PSA. Just a PSA. If you go to a Chinese food buffet and there are Chinese people eating there,
Yeah.
that's a good place.
What?
So, okay,
I
a
feel like
manager
it's a
of the
theme.
Golden Corral, Martin Phillips, said the man ingested between 40 and 60 pounds of food, primarily all of the sushi and chicken on a stick.
Ooh, man, that's rough. Especially the sushi.
2 items which he states cost considerably more for the restaurant chain. Ryan Kush gave the Tribune his side of things, stating that he's incredibly insulted and will not back down from his lawsuit. Quote,
I want my food.
Quote, I am a paying customer. And Mr. Whatever his name is backpedaling on his all-you-could-eat promise. I'm positive he had more chicken back there, too. He was hiding it from me. Mr. Kush had a twinkle in his eye as he recounted his... This has got to be fake.
God.
But clearly there was false advertising on the part of the Golden Corral. After 5 hours, the restaurant's manager says that... Says that is when he started working on the customer to wrap up his meal and exit the facility. Now, in his defense, I went to the Caravallo over here in Belmore.
Yeah.
And after a while, the guy was like, listen, what meat do you want? Because they needed the table. And I was like, look, motherfucker, I pay for this. I was like, just bring me out more turkey wrap bacon. So
Bring me the animal you're going to be cutting it from.
kill it in front of me. His friends were just sitting there rooting him on. They were all recording him with cell phones like it was a game. He didn't even go up for more plates. His friends got them for him.
Would you sit there for 6 hours watching me eat 40 pounds of sushi?
Yes.
Okay.
Mr. Kush acts like a victim, but I assure you he's just playing some sick game. I offered him a full refund
sick-
plus a gift card
Wow.
if he was just leave.
Please, sir, get out. We are losing money.
Hey, you, get your damn hands off my sushi. All he wanted to do was replenish some of our stock. He looks right at me with this sinister look telling me he's still hungry. And now he's insulted. He refused to leave. You saw the guy. He's 400 pounds.
Yeah.
You're damn right my team physically ejected him from the building after this stunt.
He's a fat fuck.
This is the greatest old news article ever. Ryan insisted that the manager applied several pressure point moves.
Wow. Wow. Come on. Are you reading
This
this from
has
the
gotta
Onion?
be fake. Oh yeah, it's fake, but it's still funny.
Oh,
The
man.
Lampoon Tribune. That's,
Aw.
Ryan, this I still want to read it.
Me. You
I
had
had me too.
Until pressure point.
This is why I don't read the articles beforehand.
Really? Frank, you do the Google search while we're recording.
I like to Google. Ryan insisted that the manager pressure points on his neck and ears in order to get him to stand up before several Golden Corral employees forcibly guided him out the side door. Ryan is insisting monetary compensation to the tune of $1.5 million for the PTSD he is now suffering from the physical and mental assault, as well as the false advertisement. Bystander Buffalo Bill said,
All
"You're
right.
about a size 14." No, I never thought I would be fat shamed. He told the trim, "You're 400 pounds, you fat fuck."
Been there, done that.
All right, yeah,
Actually,
that's
I'm rapidly
obviously,
approaching it.
obviously false, fake news. Wait, his comments. So comments. You ready? 6 comments. First one. Seriously.
And then another one. Interestingly enough, our family enjoyed supper at Golden Corral in Panama City, Florida recently. We had a relatively large party, including several children. The manager got more than a little peeved when our meal extended past their closing time.
Closing time.
He demanded with shuffle towards the door. The words closing time are within quotes, as the closing time was 9 p.m. and it was adjusted due to Hurricane Michael 8 months ago to meet the curfew that was enacted. The waitress explained that the closing time actually is still 9 and they haven't changed the signs yet.
Get
Poor
the
management.
fuck out.
Okay, so
That
that
was
was our
hysterical.
fake old news.
Aw.
I kind of like that fake
no,
old
that
news.
was actually it is kind of that is funny.
Fake old news. It's old news.
Oh,
China.
sir.
Hello, I love you.
Hello.
Hello. So what do you got coming up, Larry?
What do I have coming up? This Sunday.
Loneliness and depression. No, I'm sorry. That was so rude of me. I'm sorry. You know I love you.
One day.
You know what? Kill me. Frank, why don't you just sit right here? No, right there. Right? No, that's not a trapdoor. No, right there.
This Sunday.
Don't start scanning now.
From when we record, I'm going back to Madison Square Garden. You know, on my way home Tuesday,
Suburban people have no patience.
The train was leaving the station right before my station, and that's when it decided to break down. Right before my stop, the brakes broke.
I would have got out and walked.
We already pulled out of the station.
I still would have got out.
Had to
and
like
walked.
jam the.
Let me off. 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 Let me off.
Oh, that day.
What? So you were getting off at Merrick?
Yeah, let's tell everyone where I live.
Because really, I mean, they narrowed it down to 60,000 addresses.
Yeah, and it was Freeport. It was
Oh
like
yeah,
leaving.
I wouldn't have walked.
You know, I was in a railroad crash already.
This I did not
You
know.
know. I mean, it wasn't anything major because I'm still here, but I was in a. It was right at Jamaica Station.
Oh, was it the one where the guy shot up the train?
No,
Stephanie's uncle was on that train.
one of the. Oh, that sucks. Was
Yeah.
he a victim?
No, it was the shooter.
Oh, there you go.
What was that
Knowing
guy's
Stephanie,
name?
I know that's
What the
not
hell was
true.
that guy's name?
Clarence Thomas.
No.
No, it's not. Clarence Ferguson. Clarence Ferguson.
Clarence Thomas is a Supreme
I know.
Court judge.
No, I think it's Clarence Ferguson.
I don't know, something Ferguson.
Uh oh.
Choo 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 choo.
No, where'd he go?
Hey,
Hold on.
our guest is on its way. On his way. Oh, that's loud. That's loud. That's loud.
Oh my god, I gotta suck in the gut here. Hello?
Oh, you need me to move over?
Hello? There he is.
Yeah.
There,
What's going on?
He's
gentlemen?
loud too.
Hello.
What is going on? Anthony Chu, you are live on the Better Half podcast.
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. It's good to be back on the airwaves with you two gentlemen. What's going on there, Frank?
Hello, Anthony. How are
Larry?
you?
I'm doing great. You guys, am I on video as well or no?
No, this isn't other podcasts that make me do video recordings.
Okay, well, then I'm taking your shirt off then.
What?
Wait, I got to put mine back on?
Yeah, and your pants, please.
Hey, listen, I mean, I gotta
Jesus.
show it off, man.
Showing the guns.
Sun's out, guns out.
What's going on,
Ah,
Ant?
fuck it. I'm taking the shirt off.
Oh, please don't. What are you doing? Don't. What is he doing? He's taking his shirt off, folks.
Yo, man. Oh,
And there we go. Yep.
I don't know about you, but I'm fucking hot as a rock right now.
Yeah.
Jesus
Look, he's
Christ.
in great shape. I'm
God
not.
damn.
You got to admit, the man looks good. I'd
He's
fuck him.
fuck. Not for nothing. If I'm gay, if I was gay, which I'm not,
And there's nothing
but
wrong
if
with
I
that.
was, and there's nothing wrong with that, I'd like to ask you out on a proper date.
There you go.
Thank you. His
What is that? What's
headphones
going on there?
Is that your
So,
dick?
you're more than welcome to
I
because,
think that was
and
about it.
it's a perfect segue, Frank, because,
Uh-oh.
quite frankly, right now, obviously Frank being married to Saint Steph, and I hope she's doing well.
Saint
Yeah, she
Steph.
is a saint.
Live with
Stop.
her.
She's
Live
a
with
saint.
her. Live. She beats me.
Everyone
She
back up
beats
from the
me.
mic.
Yeah.
Frank, I would be honored one day to marry someone as awesome as Saint Stephanie.
Well, I'll give you her number
All
if
right.
you want.
No,
Yeah, Frank's
stop.
cell phone.
No. And Larry's single, obviously, right? And so I'm actually in the middle of you two gentlemen right now because
Oh.
I'm actually on the dating scene. I'm actually going out on dates and stuff like that, trying to put myself out there more.
Chew, you're a hot dog, hot diggity dog.
Hey, after you drop 73 pounds, man.
God
I mean,
bless you,
you
man.
gotta. I'm trying. I'm
No,
trying my
you're
best. It's
doing a
never-
fantastic job. I dropped 40, and then we redid our kitchen, and I gained 20 back. So that sucks.
Did you really?
Yeah, I dropped 40 pounds, and then I gained 20, and I can't get that 20 to go away now. So technically, I'm down 20. So
I'm rapidly,
hey, man, I mean-
rapidly approaching a new level.
So as I came in, I got to ask you boys a question. What were you all talking about?
We actually were just reading an old. Speaking of weight, we were reading our segment "Old News." And, we had an old news segment, but we realized it was a
Fake old
satire
news, yeah.
site. It was a man got thrown out of a Golden Corral for eating over 40 pounds of food. But the name of the website was the Lampoon Tribune, so I think it was fake. So, but I don't fact check here.
It's a lot.
Yeah, well, it was sushi and what do you say, chicken on a stick?
Sushi and chicken on a stick.
Yeah. So, but anyway,
Impressive.
Well, sushi's good for you. Before we get further into it, for our listeners who are not aware of it, Anthony, how about you do a little promotion there? Because I know you love to do a little promoting.
well, that's our time for the night. So,
Well, I mean, then again, I mean, it's like, you promote the living daylights out of this show, Larry, on my show, right?
No, to be fair, I promote the living daylights out of the
On
retro
our
gamers.
show. Right?
it's all true. Now that I have you here, it's all about the retro
Yes, sir.
gamers, right? It's all about the retro gamers.
Of
retro
course it
gamers,
is.
retro
It's his
gamers.
baby.
We got
It's
we
his,
got a banner. We get tables. Blah, 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 blah.
Well, we all know, Frank, that my show is the garbage time show out of the three, right?
Yes.
Oh, my God. I didn't think you were going to agree with me.
No. I think you and I equally are the redheaded
stop
stepchilds
it.
of the more of the same network,
More family of podcasts.
more family
legally.
of podcasts legally, whatever.
Yeah.
So
Hey, man,
anyway,
the Yin and the Yang podcast is all about martial arts, health, fitness, motivation, and we drop every Friday, as the kiddies say. Every Friday, basically, we drop a new episode. We're up to episode 92 that we're about to record.
Nice.
And that Frank is going to be a guest in, I believe.
Frank
we'll
in
see.
some sort of form will be there. Well, next time you record, I'll definitely be there. So
Some way, shape, or
Well,
form.
Frank, I got a good question for you when you get on my show.
okay.
And trust me, it's you're going to navigate through this like a hot knife through butter.
I love.
in-
I do
or
love
Larry's-
butter. So
So do I.
okay.
So does Larry.
Well, yes.
Hey, butter's on the keto diet.
yes. Well,
Oh boy,
You can
Oh,
eat
boy.
a stick of butter, and it's on the keto
I
diet.
understand that, but you can't eat a stick of butter and deep fry it. So
I can try.
Don't give him ideas, Frank. He'll probably tempura the damn thing.
tempura chicken butter. Anyway, so Chew, listen. What was that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, no, I
What
think I
beep?
got a message.
Okay, so as you know, as you, I know you're a big listener of our podcast.
Absolutely.
And this is your first, I guess, official guest spot appearance on our podcast. We do
Yes, sir.
we do interviews. So
Yes, sir.
I would like to start. Me and Larry would like to ask you some questions if you're okay with that.
Absolutely, because Larry, for the longest time, has not wanted me on this show for some
That's
odd
not
reason.
true.
Right?
I disagree with that, Chew. I think it was more of me who didn't want you on the show.
What the hell?
I'm kidding.
Wait a minute.
I kid
Wait
because
a
I
minute.
love. I kid because I love. But all right, listen. Are you ready for some questions?
Are you ready?
Yes, sir. I am ready.
So I'm going to ask a few. Larry, ask a few. So we have the paper.
It's called the guest list.
the guest list. Welcome,
Guest
Chew,
list.
Anthony Chew. Welcome to the guest list.
Ba-dum-bum.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you,
need
gentlemen.
like real music. You
I'm
doing
already
yours
using the wire for him on Skype. I
Okay,
could've
no,
done
no,
something
eventually.
else. Yes.
when we have like
Absolutely.
the production staff. Hold
or
on.
like post.
I had Chinese food earlier, Chew, so I'm a little gassy.
He's stinking up the place.
So-
It's terrible.
Well, in about an hour or so, you'll want more anyway. So.
Oh.
It's so bad.
See, it's funny
All
because
right,
he said it.
All right, Chew. Welcome to the guest list. Your first question:
Yes, sir.
who is your favorite superhero?
I gotta say, to be honest with you, of all time, Gambit.
Gambit. Any reason why?
Just because Gambit's cool, he's a very underrated. He's a very underrated hero. It's like you don't see him in movies, and also at the same time, like he's given credit, and for basically he's in cartoons and stuff like that. But when you really look at the scope of all these Marvel movies that they've made, Gambit, I don't think Gambit's ever there.
He was in one of them. I think he was in The Last Stand or no, I think he was in
Was it one?
Wolverine. He was in Wolverine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Gambit has this awesome power that he could take was it kinetic energy?
Yeah, on anything.
And he could throw it on anything?
mostly uses playing cards, but yeah, he can use anything.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
He had the playing cards.
That's
right. I
freaking
remember
awesome,
that.
dude. It's just
I was
his
getting
look.
him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's his look. It's his abilities, and he's a suave dude, man.
He wasn't in the original X-Men movie.
No, he wasn't.
Who am I thinking of then?
Do you gentlemen
Jubilee?
know who is?
What? What you?
Do you know who? You gentlemen know who was originally supposed to be playing Gambit in the big screen?
Oh, wasn't it Magic Mike?
Van Damme.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Many,
Didn't know
many
that.
years ago,
JV
after Street Fighter,
JVCD.
Yep.
Hello, I'm JVCD.
some stupid corporate exec in I don't know, whatever
probably
motion
Harvey
picture
Weinstein.
company felt that he was actually going to be the guy. So they gave him they offered him, I believe, the role of Gambit, and he turned it down.
Well, the Muscles of Brussels made an amazing American GI as Guile in Street Fighter. So why not make him a character that's born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana?
Yeah. Well, what about
It's French.
what was it Sean Connery, who's Scottish, as James Bond?
Oh yeah.
Son of a
you go.
bitch. And he was also
Yeah,
Russian too, right? In Hunt for
Oh, I
Red
think so,
October.
yeah.
That's right. Yes, he was.
All right. Next
All right.
question.
Next question. Who was your celebrity crush as a kid?
Oh boy. Okay. So
Tony Danza.
Thoughts and praise.
okay, unlike Larry, it's not Alyssa Milano. I'm sorry.
That was me.
That was Frank. And that
Okay.
was a long time ago.
Now I hate her.
Did you guys ever watch Glow? Gorgeous Ladies of Wrestling.
Of course.
With the gorgeous ladies of wrestling.
Wrestling.
We're all champions in the ring. That's all I
We
know.
come from the street. We come from the city. We
Yes.
come from a world where there's no pity.
Hollywood and Vine.
Now that's it. Hollywood.
Oh wait a minute. You had a crush on Hollywood?
Oh my God! I still have a crush on.
Do I
Hollywood.
tell you now that Monty and the Pharaoh is going to be interviewing Hollywood?
I gotta go.
You could be Pharaoh. Because, there's a
That's
rotating
Oh,
Pharaoh.
yeah. I can't wait till when he asked me to be Pharaoh. I know nothing about wrestling. Glow.
That is completely fine because
Hollywood.
that woman to this day is still gorgeous and first crush, man.
She's attractive.
First crush.
Have you
Let's
seen?
see.
Did you watch season 3 of Glow?
Jean Basson.
I did not know. I still haven't even watched
Let's see.
season 2 yet.
Season
Yes.
3 is weird. Season 2 is good.
Shit, she's fucking smoking.
Yeah,
Oh,
Gian
no, she
Basson
still
is still
got it,
beautiful.
yeah.
back-
Jean
Yeah,
Basson.
Yep.
definitely
I like
still
Jean
got it.
Basson.
She may be in the 2020 Much Babeness. Who knows?
Oh, yeah,
We'll see.
Oh my God, that could be a whole section. We could pick a Glow
That
girl.
works for me. Oh, Glow. I
But
just
now,
figured
wait a minute.
wrestling.
Now, in the March Babeness itself, is it of? Let me ask you guys a question, and this is actually it comes from a reader, a listener of my show that wanted to ask.
She was young.
When you guys do the March Babeness, right?
Yes.
Are you talking about women in their prime, or are you talking about the women of now?
It varies.
It varies because it depends on the category. We've talked about women from, like, let's say it was
We did 2 of them. The original was childhood crushes.
Right.
So you can say some of them were in their prime back then.
Oh.
Where this year's, we kind of did ones now.
But we also took in the longevity of
Yes.
their career, and almost it was somewhere we had to make the decision. We had to look at what do they look like now. Like it was Susanna Hoffs,
yes.
remember? And
Yeah.
who was she versus?
Yeah.
I think.
Was it
Someone
Debbie
was
Gibson?
just talking about Susanna Hoff saying, oh my God,
she's
she's
still the
still
hottest.
smoking.
Yeah, and she's like, it was like, all right, well, she's 60, this one's 57, and like, who,
Right.
who's got the longevity, career,
Yeah.
and look. So, did it come
Okay.
down to was it Pam Anderson who had the looks? Because now Pam
Oh,
Anderson,
She's got the
God.
looks.
she's not so.
Yeah, Pam
uh,
Anderson, no. Not so Pam Anderson
So,
anymore.
so we're gonna go with Hollywood.
Hollywood from Glow.
Yeah.
Hollywood. Sorry, I don't have a proper shelf here because I'm going to put it right.
Are you
now.
writing lefty?
I am lefty.
Are you?
Yes.
I'm sure we've discussed this. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, lefties have rights too.
This is true.
Lefties are in their right mind.
Hey, you took all my jokes.
What was the dumbest thing you ever did for a crush?
Wow.
If you need
dumbest thing-
if you need time to think, we could come back to this one.
No. I got it.
Okay.
So there was a girl that I liked. This was probably in the early 2000s, and this is when I was about 27, 28 years old. And she was really, really somebody that I really liked a lot. And I remember I asked her out, and she said to me, look, I like you. I think you're a great guy, but we work together. And I said, okay. I said, and this is my second job, not the job I have now. So second job. And I said to her,
Yogi.
okay, so I said, so you're telling me you wouldn't go out with me. Why? Because I work with you. Well, okay. So then what I did was the next day, I basically didn't even give a 2-week notice. I actually quit my job. And the second I quit my job, I went up to her and I said, okay, I don't work here anymore. Will you go out with me? Guess what the answer was? No.
Wow. Quit my job. Quit job for a crush. That's wow. That might be the winner chicken dinner. That's a
Chicken
big
dinner sounds
move.
good right
I mean,
now.
it's not anything compared to, like, or writing "I'm sorry" on your chest in marker or something.
Oh,
or,
wow.
Walking to class.
walking to class
without
in
a
a
shirt
rainstorm
on.
without
Yep.
a shirt. Things like that. Buying them a diamond necklace to have it returned the next day.
That was a different girl too.
Same thing.
I'm definitely named after Saint Anthony, but Lord knows that's not accurate.
Next question. What is your go-to pizza topping?
Oh my God! Well, it's certainly it's Hawaiian actually.
Oh,
Are you
No, I
serious?
said
I'm
that. No. I'm not serious.
I
just
was
said
about
that
to. I was
just
about to
off
blow
fire.
myself right there.
I'm not going to lie to you. This is going to sound crazy. I really like any type of meat, sausage, pepperoni,
know what he just said.
any type of just
can you narrow it down? If you had to narrow it
Bacon.
down, what would you say?
Oh, you got to narrow it down to one.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Like if it was,
I gotta go.
If you weren't, if you the last meal you could have was a slice of pizza, what would you have as a topping?
I got to go with meatball.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's respectable.
I like that.
Okay,
Pork or beef doesn't matter.
All right.
I mean, there's only one meatball, beef.
No, there isn't.
Who would play you in a movie?
Oh, Jesus.
Bruce Willis.
Like that. Do you really have to think about this?
I know.
It's either Poe from Kung Fu Panda.
Or Pat Morita.
All right. Well, if he was alive, William Hung from American Idol, right? Sammo Hung from who's
William's
Jackie
brother?
Chan's training brother. If you ever look him up,
That's the one
you'll
I was
see
thinking
how.
of.
Right, Sammo Hung from martial law. But now, the
Now that
after
he's all
picture.
buff and studly.
Yeah, I gotta say, brother. With my I had an ideal physique, I would have to say probably Randall Park,
And where's he from?
fresh off the boat, or
Oh.
he was.
The father?
Any reason why
Yeah.
all these guys are
Oh,
Asian?
wait, he played.
Well, I'm really Italian, trapped inside a Chinese person's body.
He played.
You know that, Frank. Don't lie.
He played.
Hey, Paisan.
What's his name? Who the hell's Rocket Man
Rocket
over in North Korea?
Oh,
I can't think of his
Kim
name.
Jong-un?
No, the other one.
Jong-un?
Yeah, Kim Jong Un. He played Kim Jong Un in the interview.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So Rand, what's his name? Randall Park.
Randall Park.
Randall Park. He's funny.
Randall Park. That fart really stunk. I'm not
You,
gonna
you
lie.
are terrible. I'm going to kick you out of this goddamn apartment. Okay.
Oh, that's not nice. Don't talk to the man like that.
The
better half.
The better half.
I mean, I can pull your show in a heartbeat. Remember that.
Blasphemy.
Please do.
So, Anthony, you create a time machine and can only go back in time to retrieve one lost item. What would it be?
Wow. Okay, this one's deep for me, and I'm gonna try to I'm gonna try to fight tears if that happens. Okay.
Here we go. We love tears. Tears means money.
I remember back in 1985, when was it? E.T. came out when?
86 maybe? 85, 86?
I don't know off the top of my head. I
Not
think
like
it
we
might
all
been,
have devices. I
Wait.
can
if only I had a little machine.
So the year that E.T. came out, I remember I wanted this E.T. toy
82.
where if you, 82. So in 1983, when
say 82.
E.T. was still pretty red hot, and there was a toy that I really really wanted, which was E.T. When you turn on the light, his finger glowed, right?
Okay.
And
I
it was a
remember this.
pretty expensive toy,
Kind of
and
like the Tickle Me Elmo of 83.
kind of, sort of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. So basically, E.T. was still hot at that point, and what happened was that I really wanted the toy. My mom and dad didn't get it for me, and because they just didn't have the money for it. And I remember my mom worked a lot of overtime hours so that she can actually get me that toy. And I somehow, some way, I lost it. And I remember, years later, my mom revealed the story to me that, she worked so many hours
We sold your brother for
Just
that
to-
doll.
just to get that toy. So I mean, realizing how much my mom does for me even till this day, cook me a meal that Larry wants to eat.
Homemade Chinese food is
Dude,
the best Chinese food ever.
That's just food for them. You know, let me ask you a question. Have you been to China?
Yes, twice.
So, like, is there like when you guys order takeout? Do you go like, Hank's Hamburger Emporium? You know, yeah.
Nobody does takeout in China.
Let me get a #1 hamburger combo and a Frankfurter combo and
You got to pick from
extra
column A to
ketchup.
column B.
Yeah, exactly.
Nobody orders takeout in China.
died.
It does not exist, from what I understand.
Good.
There's no
That's
Grubhub.
awesome.
There's no, I mean, everybody physically goes to a place because it's a sociable thing.
That's good.
You know?
I accept that because I'm so sick of
I
like
hate people.
Grubhub and Postmates. And,
I live off of Slice.
DoorDash or whatever.
Yeah, DoorDash. It's like, okay, here's a stranger bringing my food who's just licked my straw. Thank you. I'll pass. So,
But I would really get that toy from my past so that I can hold it and it has good memories for me.
do you know that I saw that. Do you know that I recently found a toy from my past at the Retro Gamers Long Island Retro Gaming Expo?
Really? What'd you get?
Do you remember? Wait, you're a little bit younger
Thanks for listening.
than I am.
Actually, wait a minute. Who's older between the two of you?
I'm 45. Trump, baby.
Are you really? No, you liar. Are you really 45?
Yes.
You lying son of a... No, there's no way. Frank,
That's not my phone.
if I didn't know you from a hole in the wall and I saw you walking down the street, I literally would have thought that you're like 36.
Go on. I'm listening.
No, I'm dead serious.
pants are getting
And
tight.
you look damn good to me, Frank.
Thank you, sir. I would, if I didn't know you, I would go with at least 31 or 32.
Oh, God bless you.
What
I'm
about me?
43.
What about me?
63. No, well, I mean your hair, your gray hair throws you off. So
I went gray in 7th grade. What do you
yeah,
want from me?
I would say probably late 30s, early 40s.
Fair enough.
Good,
you nailed it.
Yeah, is that a safe answer?
Okay.
Um,
So, what'd you get, Frank?
so I got the game. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Okay, so we're close. There was a game called Quiz Whiz.
Yes.
See,
I
I'm
know
not
what
crazy.
it is.
I got about
Hell yeah.
30 of them,
Get the hell out of here.
and I
No
got a
way.
great deal on them
It was
too.
weird. Like at a retro video game expo, you would think Frank just be walking around, nerd, but no.
Loser,
he-
get out of my way. Give me your lunch money. Give me your lunch. Come here. You
Quiz
eating
Whiz.
that? I am. Come here. I'm taking your girlfriend, too.
See, girlfriend.
Wow.
So
Your sister.
But he saw Quiz Whiz and he was all over. Like within the first 10
I
minutes.
locked
of being
in
there.
on it like a Sega Afterburner game.
Sega.
Sega. We were sitting at the booth for the Retro Gamers, and I noticed there was a giant number 1 off in the corner, and I remember that 1 and that font being the cover of the Quiz Whiz book, being the first group of questions. And I literally go, I'll be back. And I zoomed over there, and the guy had the Quiz Whiz, and I'm like, how much for this? And I think he was like $10 for the Quiz Whiz with the 1 booklet. But then he pulls
wow.
out a bag, and he goes, but if you want all of these, I could do all of them for like $25. I think that's what it was.
Something like that, yeah.
And there
And a
was
free
like
bag.
there was a giant duffel bag full of Quiz Whizzes, all the categories, all the books. And I go, does it work? He goes, I'll be honest with you, the last time I turned it on, it worked. I don't have a 9-volt battery, but I'd have to say it was untouched and it was kept in a dry area, so it worked. I'm pretty sure it works. I put in a battery when I get home, and it works. And it's fantastic. And every time I go downstairs to the basement, I kind of look at the book a little bit. I haven't really used the actual Quiz Whiz, but I just looked at the book. So
You got my Quiz Whiz, boy?
Got my Quiz Whiz, boy. So so that was I could respect that. I could totally respect that. Your ET toy.
So we got a few more questions here for you. And the
Sure.
next one is, what movie has everyone seen but you have not?
Oh, you guys are going to kill me for this.
Please say Godfather.
The one movie that I have never actually seen in its entirety we're talking about? Or at all?
I
just a
would say,
movie like that you
like
you
a very popular movie that just you never saw.
like
Okay,
I've
you
never
got-
seen
you got- you
Goodfellas.
ready for
know
this
something
one?
like- I'm ready.
Okay.
The Godfather.
Show's over. Get out of here. No, that's okay. I know a few people who haven't seen The
No, I'm
Godfather.
dead serious.
I'm
I've
married
never
to one of
seen
them.
that movie at all.
I'm married to a person who's never seen The Godfather. Disgraziato.
Okay, but then again, here's the interesting thing. I've seen part 2 and 3.
Okay.
Go figure that one.
You need to see part 1.
No, No, because and the reason why I've seen part 2 is because in high school, my teacher actually showed us the film.
Until you had to watch it. You had no choice.
And you had to watch it. And then part 3, actually, I was forced to do it because of a date who she thought that was the best of the 3, which is now you know why she's not my girlfriend or anything. Right? Because I'm sure
I kind of hope that
best.
date got hit by a bus. Because that's disgusting.
I hope so.
That's a disgrace.
I really hope so.
Now, the only defense I'll ever say about Godfather 3, now you have to see Godfather 1 to respect my answer, but the acting was horrible in Godfather 3. It was probably the worst acting, including Al Pacino's acting was horrendous.
Hoo-wah!
No, just when I'm out, they pull me back in. But no, but if you follow the story arc of the characters from Godfather 1 to Godfather 3, it's a fantastic movie. And that's my own, because like someone who like Connie Corleone, played by Shalia Tyre.
Yeah.
Adrian.
Right.
In part 3, you remember part 3, she like ordered the hit on her godfather by feeding him poisoned cannolis at like the opera or something.
Yeah.
Okay. In part 1, she was like a little waif of a mouse who was just scared out of her own shadow.
Like Rocky 1 when she was working the pet
Right.
store, and then Rocky 6 when she's dead.
Oh, I didn't see Rocky 6.
Oh, no,
Thanks for
stop.
ruining it.
No,
You
Larry, that's
ruined
not
it.
nice.
You spoiler
ruined
alert.
it.
Giuliani ruined it. You suck, Larry. This is one of my favorite questions, and if you could do it in the voice, it would be even that much better. What is your favorite TV catchphrase?
Favorite TV catchphrase?
Yeah, like cowabunga, dude.
Like that?
You're right.
Oh, God, I would have to really, really think about that
No,
one.
when I first met you, there was a particular TV show that you were obsessed about.
Oh, yeah. Butthead, Beavis,
He's gonna
get
do the
on
whole
your knees now.
It's actually not
Beavis, Butthead, you're expelled, you little bastards. Damn it, boy. I'm a veteran of 2 foreign wars.
What is that? Is that Popeye?
No, that was
Hank Hill.
Oh,
Well,
know.
it was Mr. Anderson
Yeah.
first.
No, so I actually
And then
I could do a good Hank Hill. You want to
Can
hear?
you?
Yeah, hold on.
Please.
I'll tell you what, Peg. That boy's not right in the head.
I'll take it. We're gonna add it to the
That's
list.
not bad. I like it. I
Seen
like
my
it.
cheese whiz, boy? Bobby, stop touching yourself.
Damn it, Bobby.
All right, so
What's the
I
one
would.
where
So
he
your
said-
so
there
your
was-
catchphrase
There was
would.
one where he said, now, Bobby, first rule of hunting is don't drop the beer.
Second rule of hunting is always make sure I have a beer.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
what is your favorite TV? So, we're gonna go with.
Beavis and Butthead. Yeah.
All right. Well, no, it's got to be Beavis. Hey, Beavis.
And we just had a Cornholio reference earlier today.
Yeah.
I am Cornholio.
I actually tried. My son was acting like an idiot the other day, and I'm like, oh my god, he's turning into Cornholio right before my eyes, and he goes, what's Cornholio? And I put my shirt over my head. I went, I am Cornholio. I need tippy for my bunghole.
There's
Did
actually
you get it?
No, he had no idea. He looked at me like,
Well,
oh,
he's
my
6.
father's retarded.
There's a whole
7.
Oh, 7. I'm sorry. On Pluto, the app Pluto
Yeah,
TV.
yeah.
One of the
Love Pluto
MTV
TV.
channels, I think, plays like 24/7 Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, cool.
Like the old
Really?
episodes too, not those shitty new ones they re-released.
Shut
Oh,
up,
you mean
shut
the
up,
violent
Beavis.
ones?
Yeah, with the music videos.
Yeah, my son currently watches the original Tom and Jerry's, and
Classics.
I think that might have been a bad move as a parent because I'm waiting to hit my daughter or me with a
What, a mallet?
flat skillet or something, cast iron skillet. But
Oh, jeez.
okay, so Chumeister MC, if you were a car, what car would you be?
I'd have to go with a Subaru WRX.
Why is that?
Now, you're talking about a modern day car, right?
Any
Could be
car.
any car. Could be any car.
Oh, okay. Honestly, any car, a Cadillac Eldorado 1972.
It's a sweet,
And I'll tell you why.
it's a sweet fucking
It was
ride.
the same movie that was in Superfly. Same car that was in the movie Superfly.
Well, shut your mouth. Oh, the shaft. Sorry.
That was a pimped out
the
car.
72 Eldo is a sweet ride. That's what that we call a land yacht. The thing has just got a hood that goes on for a day, and your kid could get lost
I
going
make
to
it-
the back of the truck, back to the back of the seat.
Can I do an honorable mention?
Sure.
General Lee.
General Lee. That's one. Now you look.
Lee?
No, I grew up watching and adoring the Dukes of Hazzard. I love it. I love it. I love it. I actually in kindergarten got in trouble because Sister Teresita was calling out roll call, and she was like, "Chris Mendocino here, Frank Messina, young man, Frank Messina," and we were like, "If that's you," I'm like, "Sir, little boy, is that you?" "No, I'm Luke Duke."
No.
Kindergarten, I thought it was Luke Duke. I actually had a cake for my birthday that said "Happy Birthday, Luke Duke."
That's interesting.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the blonde boy,
No.
so John Schneider.
All right, last one.
Okay, you want this one?
I'll take it. All right, Ant, last question here.
Think hard on
Yes,
this
sir.
one.
You're driving to Florida, and you can listen to only one song. What song is it?
Remember, what's it? North Carolina is a long state.
Georgia.
Georgia.
Midnight
Not
Train
gonna lie.
to Georgia.
If I really, really had to, I would have to play probably Voodoo Child's Slight Return from Jimi Hendrix.
Wow.
Interesting.
No Hootie.
Nope.
Interesting.
Okay.
I
like
love
that.
Hootie, but, you know.
I was thinking, I only want to be with you.
So what was mine? I think "Life Is a Highway,"
I think so.
by the original.
Yeah,
but
the
not by
original.
Rascal
I like
Flatts.
Rascal Flats.
It was by Tom Cochran.
yes.
That's another great. Chew, you're a music connoisseur. I like to think.
Yeah.
My son is a very big AC/DC fan.
Nice.
Yeah,
Really?
he loves AC/DC. He actually likes a lot of good music as opposed to my daughter, who's like Taylor Swift, yay!
T Swizzle.
Katy Perry and One Direction shit. But and my son successfully knows the Gas Face by Third Base.
Wow.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah, it comes on Alexa. We have like a playlist that it's called your liked songs. So every time a song comes on, you go, "Alexa, I like this song," and she'll add it to your list. So
Nice.
and he'll just go, "Oh, Daddy," he goes, "What? You get the Gas Face?" Ooh, he does it to me. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. But he's-
MC Search and Prime Minister Pete Nice.
Minister Pete Nice. Now, here's a fun fact
Yeah.
for you. I went to high school with Pete Nice.
Did you
Well,
really?
technically, no. But
Wow. I did this really now.
I
So
was
he blatantly lied to you,
He
Joe.
just graduated when I became a freshman.
kidding.
But his father,
Oh.
his father was Ray Nash. His name is Pete Nash. Ray Nash was the basketball coach at the time, and then eventually became the president of the school and funneled money out of the school to help Pete Nice's gambling problem.
Very good. Very good.
And by the way,
Wow.
my high school is now
Damn.
closed. Thank you, thank you,
Damn.
Ray Nash. So Ray Nash gets the Gas Face. Oh, but
He was Pete Nice is Russian, isn't he?
no, they're not. No, I don't think. No, they're not Russian. But the funny is that, do you know why he had the cane and pretended like he was injured?
No.
Couldn't dance.
oh,
He
Really?
couldn't- That's why Search did all the dancing.
interesting.
Holy
Now,
crap.
they shot the video for Brooklyn, Queens in Bishop Ford High School. And at one scene for about an 18th of a second, you could see my first Pontiac in the video. And I was very
Oh,
excited. I was like-
wow.
I remember watching
That
it
is
on
crazy.
Video Music Box on
Jesus.
channel like UHF 36 or something. I'm like, oh, that's my car. I was like, that's my car. So,
Damn.
yeah, so
The
So
only closest thing that I've ever gotten to with knowing somebody in a video is if you ever watch Wu-Tang Clan's Ice Cream.
I love
Okay,
ice cream.
there's a hot blonde African American chick who they're checking. Like I think was it Method Man or somebody was checking out her butt. That girl's name is Tasha. I went to school with her, and actually I went out with her for like almost a year.
Really?
And then I see her in that Woo video, and I'm like, oh my god. Well, she's a groupie.
Wu-Tang, bitches.
so
Yep.
that was a very
Yes,
good
sir.
actually set of the guest list. And let's dive.
Thank you for taking part of that.
Yes. Dive into the psyche that is Anthony Chu. And what are your thoughts? Because Frank can't comment on it because then he'd be paying alimony. I can't comment on it because I just can't because I don't do it.
What, like
but
my wife listens to this?
You're on
Anyone in my family listens to this? No support.
You're,
boy.
You're out there on the dating scene. What is it like in 2019 with the dating scene? Do you do online dating? Is it just kind of go to a bar?
Tinder, Grindr.
Do you pay? You know, how?
Frank, every morning when you wake up, I want you to make the sign of the cross and tell the Lord how blessed you are to be married to Saint Stephanie. Because,
If
Frank,
only you
if
knew.
if
She's a
you-
crazy person.
Okay, well, because I hope.
No,
does
I'm
Steph listen
kidding.
to the show?
I'm kidding.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
She listened
not.
to one episode.
She listened
one
to the
she was
episode
on.
she was in. So, no.
Well,
Tru-
you know what?
No,
You
no.
know what? Make her listen to this one because
Okay.
I'm going to say this now. Okay,
Damn it, woman.
Frank, I be so glad that you are married in the sense that the dating scene is so ridiculously hard right now
I agree.
that it's so difficult to really find somebody of caliber.
Trust
or
me, I've
just
been trying
of
to bang this.
substance
I'm
because-
sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh!
No. Listen, and I know I joke. I know.
Okay.
I complain a lot, but and especially what the future podcast, the Dad Bod's going to be mostly about me bitching about my married
Oh,
life.
now,
But listen. In all honesty, I always say, I've said that my wife, she saved my life because I was at a point in my my life where I think on the onset of depression. I was miserable. I was lonely. And
Welcome to the club.
yeah. Well, you don't want to shake that hand.
Yeah.
And I was at the point where I was, should have invested the stock in Kleenex. But it got to, I was just like, I said, if this date doesn't work out, I'm either going to be gay or a priest or both. What? I didn't say anything. Allegedly. And then it worked out. And the funny thing is, and I don't even say that she saved my life as a person, because she's helped me grow as a man. But she's made me aware of things about my childhood that I never realized, like just things that how I was raised, that her being an outside person, giving me her thoughts on it, and it kind of things clicked in, and it's helped me come to have some closure at certain things of my life. So, and plus the fact that and it's funny, people like you, and I always make a joke, like, remember that Everybody Loves Raymond? When Robert used to go, everybody loves Raymond. I always say everybody loves Stephanie, because I consider myself very lucky because I do get a ton of compliments on how wonderful of a person she is. But then again, on the flip side, I will say, you do need to live with someone to get both sides of their persona.
Sure, no, absolutely.
There are things
Absolutely.
that I
And it's I know where you're getting at, just saying that kind of live in sin before getting married. See, I don't know. I can't. Maybe because I just don't like living with other people, which is probably why I'm not dating anybody. But I don't know.
Well, let me tell you, I
then why get married? That's my opinion.
Old fashioned, old school. I get it, but let me tell you, the best thing a couple could do is live together before they get married, because that's where you're going to work out all the bugs and intricacies of your relationship. There were things No, there were things that I did and Stephanie did that drove us nuts. That we what do you call it? We worked out before we took our vows, and it just made for an easier transition into being married. And I highly recommend. And the funny thing was, we were worried that her grandparents were going to be frown upon that. But one day, and they didn't really know, but one day her grandmother goes, "I think kids your age should live together." And we were like, I was like across the room, I air fived her, I'm like, she's like, that way you get to learn. She's like, if I would have done that, I wish I would have done that with your grandfather.
Oh boy.
But no, yeah. So thank you, True. I appreciate it. But again, she's a great woman, but she's living with her can be a little daunting. So
I will say this, okay? In the dating scene right now, I'll give you an example of what I'm going through.
Quick story,
okay?
because we're going to wrap it up. So
All right, so quick thing. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. I am on so far. I have tried eHarmony, no luck. Match, no luck. I am on an app right now called Coffee Meets Bagel, and I will say this to you now. Okay, that I have met
Is that
some.
like J-Date?
really weird people. And let's put it. It started by I think 3 Filipinas or something like that were looking for like true romance or whatever.
Filipinas.
And they're saying that it has a lot of like great success stories, but yet I'm not one of them.
Penis.
I'm gonna tell you what right now. I met this one girl who is
You just did a
from the
Hank Hill.
Philippines.
I'm going to tell
Okay.
you what right now.
And thank you. And basically, I was talking to her, and I went on 2 dates with her, and then all of a sudden she tells me, well, I said to her, I said, listen, I want to take her to this one place in this national park. I just want to show her around or whatever, you know. And she tells me, well, do you need to bring ID with you? And I said, well, it's nice to have. I said, why? You don't have your ID or something? She says to me, I'm illegal.
There
Like,
you go.
oh, okay.
Did somebody say
okay.
illegal?
Oh, wait a minute.
Illegals.
And-
I don't like illegals. Where are they?
Mr. President.
Call ICE.
Hold on.
Hold on. Beep boop bop boop beep boop beep.
No, we're good. We're good.
Oh, don't make me break it out. Don't make me.
Listen, who the hell's it? Is he illegal? Are you illegal?
Wait a minute.
I'm back from dead. I'm back from the dead, and I am here to fix our deficit in the United States of America.
What is
I'm
happening?
a rich Texan. I know
Is
what
that
I'm doing.
Ross? Go back to hell.
Donald,
Independence mean nothing.
Join me down. Join me downtown.
Can I finish?
Now.
Oh, look at me. I'm Ross Perot. I didn't take a paycheck. Oh, guess what? I didn't either. Okay, I don't need this shit. These Democrats driving me nuts.
I'm a billionaire, and I take exception to this.
Billionaire. I eat billionaires like you for Captain Crunch breakfast.
Well,
Melania.
see, eating a lot. I don't know about billionaires, but you've eaten a lot.
I like my chicken. I like my fried chicken and my tacos. We have the best Taco Bell burritos. Burrito bowls.
What is happening?
Oh God!
Listen. Trump out.
Oh, thank God. Take your straws with you, sir.
I love those straws. Trump straws are huge. I'll buy one off you right now, you son of a bitch.
Hey, Siri, stop.
Siri, shut your bio.
Siri, stop.
Shut your hole. Tell that bitch to shut up. No one listens to me.
Okay,
I gotta
so-
go tweet. See you later.
So to finish this off, all right. See, eventually she says to me about like a week later, she's like, "Listen, you know, a really nice guy, and but the thing about it is that my ex wants to talk to me, and yet what she ultimately did was she tried to actually get me to pretty much be a prop so that she can get this married guy with kids to get him jealous and so he can divorce his wife right now and basically marry her so that she can have him to herself and that she will get papers. And basically she's also, and here's a fun-filled fact, she's also a born again, which basically means that she's breaking like every rule on earth.
How come every
And
Anthony we interview has something to do with an illegal?
Seriously, that's 2 for 2.
What the other Anthony are we talking about?
Rippo had almost the exact same situation, but someone tried to marry him just for the green card.
Oh, wow. That's crazy.
$10 gets
So,
you everything.
you know. What can I say? She might as well have just said, like, you know, oh, well, you know, I really like you, and but, you know, I'll never bang you in a million years,
Oh.
but I do
Wow.
look forward to the free meals,
Well, at least she's honest.
Oh.
That sucks.
if you want to call it that.
Oh, well.
Anyway,
What are you going to do?
what are you going to do?
You moved on. You moved better. And definitely
And by the way, Larry,
Yeah.
in the event you want to know, me dropping the weight that I dropped and looking all sexy and shit, right? It has not helped me one bit in the dating scene yet.
I love China.
That's good.
Thank you.
He's been
I don't.
He's been. No, you got to hold it the other end. Other end of your phone.
China all the time.
He's been waiting to use this app.
We owe China billions
God.
and billions, probably
Okay.
trillions,
Well, okay.
many,
Leave the
many,
ball
many
boy
billions
alone.
of dollars.
For God's sakes, Mr. President, get out. This is one of the few times I'm going to ask you to get out.
China.
All right, get out.
The Mexican government.
All right, we've lost that. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. What was that all about?
Oh boy.
I'm lost.
All righty.
All right, listen.
We had to
Chew,
bring this into port.
I want to thank you so much for being our guest on our podcast.
Once again, where can they find you? Where can they contact the podcast?
So my friends, just look on Facebook. Just type in the Yin and the Yang podcast. You'll definitely get to the page. I put up a lot of video content, stuff like that, about how I'm feeling, what I'm doing. I'll even put workouts up there. Also, at the same time, it seems as though I get more views and listens on that freaking thing than I do in the actual podcast.
Well, let me tell you, now that you're a guest on this podcast, your rating's going to go through the roof. What kind of building I don't know, but they're going to go through probably a shed's roof or something. But you'll get maybe 3 more followers from us, so that's good.
All right. Hey, 3 is something better than nothing, man.
Yes.
And at the same time, you can also catch us everywhere you can get a podcast. Everywhere you can find it. Spreaker is our home base, so please check us out there. And yes. And listen to The Better Half because it's one of my absolute favorite shows every other Wednesday. Am I right, guys?
Every other Wednesday, yes, because I can't seem to get out on a good schedule because I have kids and a dog and a wife. So,
all right, boys, you wrap it up. I'm out, man.
All right.
So thank you very much for the privilege and the honor of being here. I really appreciate it. I love the show. You guys are doing amazing things, and there's only one way to go from here, which is straight up because the best is yet to come.
You got it, brother. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome.
All right.
And where can they find us?
You can find us on the old Twitter at BetterHalfPod1, the number 1. Instagram at the BetterHalfPod. You can email us, and we will read your email on the air if it's not too dirty, or if it is, and make the dirtier the better. The Better Half at the excuse me. The email is the email.
Wow, you having a stroke live on air.
The email is the BetterHalfPod@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter.
Wow, you want me to read this?
Modal. At Mess411. And you can find Larry on every social media website, including Pornhub, at More365. That's MOHR365.
I get paid for every click.
Why there is a share button on Pornhub, I still don't know. So
I'm scared to use it. I want to try it one day.
Share it to me. I would love to see. No, actually, you know what? I don't want to know what you watch.
Oh, come on.
So that's right. You could, and Larry, anything you want to plug?
Chicks with dicks are just dudes with tits. Basically, of course, we have the Better Half podcast you're listening to right now, the Yin and the Yang podcast. You just heard the host of the Yin and the Yang podcast. He was on here. The Retro Gamers podcast every Tuesday, talking more wrestling. Saturdays, 6:05 p.m. Eastern. More of the same, varies. And you can actually check out my newest Instagram page at More Pop Vinyls. You can see what a lonely, almost 40-year-old man does on his weekends, taking pictures of his pop vinyls that are on his
basically
wall.
Basically, a 40-year-old man showing the world his toys.
They're not toys; they are collectibles.
Right.
And of course,
speaking of toys, real quick, I listened to my first episode of the Playable Characters podcast.
Nice.
If you want to let them know, episode 27, the housekeeper of the Resident Evil house. I have to tell you, I laughed out loud many times. It was actually very enjoyable.
Or message them on Instagram.
I actually will. I will send them a message.
And you talk to them so they know you.
Yes. A very enjoyable podcast. So I think I might want to plug a podcast every episode. Okay. Just nothing in the network, but just something out of the network. Just because
maybe we should plug stuff in the network. That'd be nice.
Well, yeah. Well, we do that. I mean, again, okay. Go to the Retro Gamers. Look,
gamers. All right.
Retro
hey,
gamers. Retro. New logo. Retro gamers. Retro gamers. And the show is over now.